Hey, it's our Spade with Rule Blame Public Radio. We're playing Delta Green today with three patrons of the RPPR Patreon. And this is a Delta Green game called Checkerboarding, original scenario. They work in progress. So we have three agents of Cell M. You know, you can make up M code names if you want, but you are members of the program. As far as you can tell, this is an official but secret part of the U.S. government, and you have all been called in for a new investigation, so a new mission. So let's first off introduce the characters. So we have Sarah playing Agent Kelsey Craven, I believe.
Yep. She's an FBI agent. I've just realized the character sheet says Anyway, she's an FBI agent. We don't talk about her British accent. She is excited to potentially be going to the countryside. Yeah.
All right.
She's a woman of mystery, which is why she doesn't have much backstory.
All right.
My theory is she grew up watching Peppa Pig.
There it is.
There
she
you
is too old for that, but thank you. She grew the clangers growing up.
Yeah.
I just all whistling, never mind.
Well, maybe she had one British parent and grew up in England and then came back to America. Something like that.
That is almost certainly the truth.
Yeah. Next up, we have Hellspawn. Please tell us about Casey Goza.
Casey Goza is a 46-year-old man who was having a midlife crisis. And in the midst of having a midlife crisis, he wanted to improve his adventurous life and joined a biker gang. That's why his drive skill is so high. And was selling drugs. And he thought it was just good old-fashioned drugs, but it wasn't. And now he has to work with the government or go to jail forever. And now he wishes he goes to jail.
Fair enough.
He is not adapted to violence.
Well, maybe you won't have to get adapted in this scenario. We'll find out.
I'm gonna fucking die. I mean, yeah.
We're just going camping. It'll be fine.
Yeah. And then finally, we have Squirrel playing Lucinda Loops.
After a lifetime of being called Lucy Loops, she grew to kind of be a misanthrope and not enjoy time around people. Became a park ranger instead. Has seen some weird stuff out in the woods and helped on a lot of missions that she was called to do for search and rescue or search and recovery. And has kind of gotten involved with the program because, it's no stranger than what she sees people doing.
All right. So all of you are brought in, or given the call to a night at the opera, and you all head out to. You are all. Let's see here. What is? Let's see. We'll say Cheyenne, Wyoming, the capital. I believe. Let's see here. I just want to make sure I'm getting this right. It is the capital. Yeah. It is a Sunday morning. Yeah.
How dare he?
Your case officer, Michael Kincaid, takes you to a post office building. You are scanned in and headed into a secure conference room. So bring. This is project or operation. Let's see here. Azure feedback. So you're not to talk about this operation with anyone outside of this room, and you only report to me. You have been. I have made allowances for your current day jobs for you to be away on training or on vacation, paid vacation. So you will be paid, and of course, any expenses we will be able to compensate you for any expenses undertaken during this mission if they're within reason. But I brought you all here because one, you have no ties to Wyoming, no one knows you here, and two, I believe the three of you will be able to have a good effect on. Well, this is not a so much an effect on target mission as a fact-finding mission. There is a organization we are very interested in, the Elk Mountain Heritage Foundation. Elk Mountain is a mountain here. There's also a town named Elk Mountain here in Wyoming. It is run by a man named Maxwell Kinney. He used to be an archaeologist, but about 18 years ago, he became an investor. He came into some money. We're not entirely sure how, but he became independently wealthy. Since then, he established the foundation and then bought land in southeast Wyoming in a checkerboard pattern. Checkerboarding is a process through which private landowners can landlock public land by buying all of the land around the public land. Thus, in order to get to the public land, you would have to trespass. It is often done to guarantee good hunting grounds for private landowners. But in this case, we believe that this is something more sinister than wanting good elk hunting grounds. The Elk Mountain Heritage Foundation has been tied to 32 disappearances, as far as we can tell, probably more. We found this out because 4 people, he puts on a folder, were convicted of human trafficking as part of a human trafficking ring. All of these people had ties to the foundation. They were former employees or contractors or received payments for ambiguous reasons. And this human trafficking ring moved people from the East Coast to the West Coast, but over a period of 3 years. But over 200 people were trafficked that the investigation found out. But 32 of them did not complete the journey. These 4 claimed that people fled. But the thing is, these people had families. Some of them had families. No one's ever seen them. There's no trace of these people. And they all seem to disappear when they were all driven essentially from the East Coast to the West Coast. And all 32 disappeared sometime, as far as we could tell, when they neared Wyoming. Of course, this would not bring this to the program's attention until one of them committed suicide in prison. Prison guards found an extensive diary lamenting the dead man's inability to complete an odyssey to the city of Shoth, and worship at the altar of Chautauqua. Chautauqua is a prescribed keyword, and that was picked up on certain monitoring systems, and we began our investigation. We sent in a person to one of our people to interview the remaining 3. Everyone connected to this human trafficking ring, and they found the 3 others who gave cryptic hints about another prescribed keyword, the Kenyani. These words are mentioned in certain prescribed texts, and we found out they were all connected to this same organization in some way, the Elk Mountain Heritage Foundation. We began investigating the foundation, and we found anomalous income streams. We're not sure exactly, just cash appearing from nowhere. Purchases of firearms, wilderness survival equipment, construction materials, night vision goggles, thermal vision, cages, manacles, and other, once you know what to look for, they're kind of red flags. So we don't know much about what Maxwell Kinney is. He owns 4 sections of land surrounding again in a checkerboard formation around this one section of public land. We believe that all these materials are being put to use in this public land that Kenny owned, or that Kenny is landlocked. He has a mansion on one of the private patches of land, and his organization employs some people. Well, we have some, thanks to he does have to file tax returns, so we do have some information. But your mission is to find out what this foundation is up to. Find out where these materials, where the people went, and report back. You do not have to worry about find out what's going on. And your secondary mission is to avoid detection. They do not know that we are on to them, as far as we can tell. So we want to keep that. If you give us good information, then we can get a second team to go in there and make an effect on target. You do not have a cover story for this. Now, Agent Craven here is with the FBI. So if you can use your own job to create a investigation, you can, but we have not provided a cover story because so no search warrants or anything like that unless we can come up with a reason to have an official investigation. But right now, Agent Craven, you're on a training mission or training course. So you're not supposed to be investigating anything publicly. And but if you can think of something, then we can you feel free to contact me at any time. We are I know this is a tough gig, but we do want you to succeed, and we want you all to come back.
I think we'd like that too.
Yes,
I really appreciate you saying that. I didn't think you meant it, but now you actually saying it out loud and clear.
I mean, along that route, if we are discovered, do you prefer we go hot or disappear?
The less the foundation knows about us, the better. So yes, if you have to, if you think you can get away with terminating someone and not getting caught, then go for it. But don't get caught. Discretion is the better part of valor. This is not, your mission is not to destroy this foundation. Your mission is to find out what they're doing. We have specialists who are much better at effect on target than you are. We need data. We need intel before we can act, and that's where you come in. So yeah, protect yourselves at all costs, obviously, and protect the program at all costs. But you are not a hit squad in this mission. You are not. You do not use your discretion. You're the ones in the field.
I understand that, sir. But let's say if a whoopsie daisy happens and something gets terminated, can we just tell you the location of said body?
No. You will have to clean it up yourselves. We do not have any other assets in the state aside from me, and I have very explicit. I cannot go in the field. I know too much. Do you understand? I will stay in a secure location and ready to contact you and provide aid where I can, but anything will have to come from out of state. Do you understand that?
Perhaps. Yes.
Okay. Sounds aspirational.
Yes. Well, there are downsides to it as well.
On the bright side, if there is an accident, let's say, we are going to be on an inaccessible patch of woodland, so...
Mm-hmm. Well, again, you'll have to trespass through private land to get to this.
Is there no route
landlocked
at all?
section. Well, that's the way it works. Imagine a checkerboard and imagine one square in the center.
Sure.
That's the public land. The north, east, south, and west boxes from it are all private land. So you'd have to cut across a corner. It's called corner crossing. They even have a term for it out here. But there's no part of it that does not. You'd have to cross over the private land. Now, if you do it at a corner, it's very little land, but obviously, we believe, with the amount of finances he probably has a larger organization, which would include security, trail cams, wireless trail cams, and other automated systems. We're guessing, I would guess that those corners are pretty well monitored. So it may be better to go through the middle. Of course, we have here Lucinda, who is a expert in trailcraft, and but the Elk Foundation, the Heritage Foundation, does have a office in Elk Mountain, the town of Elk Mountain, which has a population, I think, of like 150. It's a very small town. But yeah, they have a footprints. And if they only have so many people and so many resources, so your job is to probe those them and figure out where their weak spots are, where their blind spots, and to exploit them. Yeah, just don't get caught. Do whatever you have to, but don't get caught. All right. Any other questions?
Loud and clear.
He shows you a map, by the way, so you can actually look up Elk Mountain. It is a real town in Wyoming, and
these guys like maintain a museum about it or something.
We don't know. They don't have a website. So the Elk Mountain, the land that is checkerboard is actually to the east of Elk Mountain. It is there is a little lake called James Lake, and I believe it is north of that. So I actually picked a real spot that is really checkerboarded. There's actually maps you can get that will have this. There's like an 80 meg PDF that has this stuff, but yeah, you don't really need to have that for this map. So just imagine a small lake to the east of the town of Elk Mountain, and the land is somewhere in that area, and it's all forested because I said so.
Because imagination.
Yeah, there's a lot of forests in Wyoming. There's a lot of plains in Wyoming, but I want this to be in a forest, so it's going to be in a forest. Yeah,
it's a movie stat. I understand.
Yeah, but yeah, you have a. So yeah, you're in Cheyenne right now. You have a one rental car. You have a credit card with some money on it, so you can get another car if you want. You can get a hotel. There are other small towns around this place, like yeah. You don't have to make a skill check, Agent Craven, to know if once you go into Elk Mountain, that is that town is small enough that everyone knows everybody, and any outsider coming in better be a tourist or they're going to be suspicious. So you may want to dress the part. But yeah, Wheatland is bigger, and that's got like 4,000 people in it, so that's big enough that you could get to a Sleep Easy Inn or some other hotel and check in and drive over there. But and there's other places as well. But yeah, you are.
There is a historic Elk Mountain Hotel.
There is, yeah. So you could go in as like I said, a tourist. Yes, Cheyenne is. This is northwest of Cheyenne. So this is all northwest, but not too far. Yeah, and right now, Agent Craven, you have your handgun. Lucinda, you have. Let's see here. You're a park ranger, so you don't get issued a gun. You like not like an FBI agent. You of course can own I would imagine you own a rifle and a handgun. And Casey, you don't have a handgun now because you flew in and you're a civilian. So and you're also an ex-con. Was your character convicted of anything, or they just get caught before that happened?
They just got caught, not convicted. It was like, you want to go to jail, or do you want to help us out?
Yeah, so you actually could have brought a gun and checked it in luggage. Yeah, if you wanted to. So yeah, you can I'll say you all three have handguns. As a matter of course, And Lucinda, you could have brought in a rifle. You know,
I think I will have. And before we lose access to the handler, I did want to ask: do we know anything about the funding for Elk Mountain Heritage Foundation? Is it all private donations, or do they solicit things from the public?
They are pretty good at hiding their records. We began an investigation into the money, but we just don't have the resources to really. It was enough to be red flagged and moved on. So again, we've only spent a couple of weeks looking at them, and this is what we've dug up, which was a sea of red flags. So we haven't actually found out. So that would be a good thing, would be finding out the source of their money. So if any of you have any financial crimes expertise, accounting or anything, that might be helpful. Or if you know somebody that you trust, I will continue to look into that on my own. If I find anything, I will let you know. But I will be looking into their money as well. But you have access to my records as well. What I have done on this case, but yeah.
I am quite good at bureaucracy, so I could have a look.
So the three of you, you have a budget. You can get a hotel in Cheyenne, you could get it in Wheatland, you could right now the three of you do not read as tourists because you came as you are, and you read like a Fed, a cop, a shady dude, and a
the shady dude.
Yeah, and a well, like Lucinda actually pass as a tourist here because like a lot of hardcore hikers and hunters come through this area. So Lucinda would actually blend in as she is right now, but the other two would need a change of outfit at least and conceal the Fed stuff. Well,
I'm definitely not going to sound local, so that could be useful.
Yeah. Again, tourists. It's an incredibly beautiful area, so like tourists come from all over. So, you can stay in Cheyenne and do some background research for a while. So, if you just want to get that out of the way, bureaucracy, you just tell me what question you want to answer, and I'll tell you what skills would be best for that.
And it'd be good to have an idea of the number of employees we think he's got.
Okay. That would be helpful. You can give criminology and or bureaucracy. Actually, bureaucracy would be better at this point.
Sure. Okay. Oops. That is a 006.
Okay. So
6 to 60.
Yeah. He probably has it's actually a pretty large payroll from what you can tell. Like he probably has a couple dozen people, less than 100 for sure, but like more than 10. You can say that for certainly. There's a couple of full-time employees of the foundation, but he pays contractors, and they do the same shell companies over and over again. And there's a lot of you have access to his bank accounts, which you're not supposed to, but Delta Green. And the way the income looks, he has a regular large group of people, probably a couple dozen, but also you could think that a lot of his people are not here. Like there's a lot of expenses. Like he's issued credit cards to people for hotels in like Miami and Texas, and San Diego, and like he has people scattered across the country.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What's the official like categorization of the company, or is it just something
nonprofit?
Really big,
Nonprofit, okay. like do-gooding organization trying to preserve like nature, wildlife preservation, conservation.
Okay.
But yeah, they don't really publicize it. They don't ask for donations. They seem to be self-funded through something. So that takes you a couple hours to do. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Casey, what do you want to do?
I think I'm going to try to use criminology to kind of get a lay of the land, but see if there's actually people who are connected to that shady group in town.
Okay, how do you want to do this? Right now in your Cheyenne, you could browse the internet and kind of read between the lines of local police reports and like local Facebook groups and shit like that, because people gossip like shit on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to look
Okay.
for that and look for a common, like, oh, this is where they all
Okay.
hang out, or their watering hole.
All right, yeah. You want to focus on Elk Mountain then?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and give me a roll.
All right. This is for all the chips. And I got an 80 out of a not succeeding.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you get the bar name, yeah. Wyoming bar. Let's see.
The Jay
Bar.
Leno.
Let's just Google, the historic, there's actually, let's see here, we will say the Elk Mountain Trading Company seems to be the only watering hole in the town, as it were. Yeah, it's more of a diner than a bar. Very tourist focused. So yeah. But yeah, there would certainly be gossip and stuff like that. And, if you went there, you'd be able to eavesdrop and pick up some stuff. Yeah. So that takes you some while to sort of sort through and find the local Facebook groups, set up a new profile, and basically join the groups. And some of them let you in because they just accept everybody who's not a spam bot in, and so you start, lurking. Yeah. But yeah, you failed, so you don't get much. But you do get that. You get the diner as a place to check out.
So what you're saying is I got false information from Facebook. That's shocking.
I feel like Facebook's probably not the best research tool for anything, but
I mean, it probably people will just like, oh yeah, especially in small towns, people gossip like crazy. Be like, oh yeah, the local cops are dirty and they're in cahoots with this family selling drugs and shit gets wild. People.
I'm the common man. I got to use the common research tool, which is Facebook.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, you can't get access to Nextdoor, but Lucinda. While they're both looking up stuff on the internet, what are you doing?
Can I use my navigate or survival to kind of plot a path from the nearby, what is it, the Medicine Bow National Forest, and see like a way to get towards the checkerboard?
Well, you're to the east. Like basically, it's just in this big empty stretch of land. So it's James Lake. I mean, if you want to look at it's basically north of James Lake, Wyoming, which is to the southeast of Elk Mountain. That's where the land is. So it's just in this land that no one, some of it's private land, some of it's public land. But yeah, you can give me a navigation. You could basically pull up actual maps, like cartographers maps, and
start plotting a route.
Yeah, quadrant maps. Basically, U.S. Geological Service puts out these large physical maps with like the contours and like very detailed stuff. And with navigation, you know how to orienteer and give me a navigation check.
17 out of 50.
Okay, so the problem is you don't know where the trail cams are, but you can make a guess that they're focused on the corners, right? Because that's the quickest way. So you think, well, what's the longest way in? That's going to be the least guarded. So that'll be the longest, what is the most unpleasant course? That's the one they're going to ignore. That's going to be the least monitored. So yeah, that's your choice. Do you want the fastest way in, or do you want the least monitored way in?
I don't know how stealthy my compatriots are, so least monitored.
Okay, yes, that's going to be the most unpleasant way. So basically, in order to do it, you have to climb up a cliff. It's only 50, 60 feet up, but it's a cliff, and then you have to go through this hard, scrabble forest, and it would be a couple hours of hiking, and actually it would be about like 8 hours of hiking from like when you get out of the car, because you find a place to park, and you plot a path, but the biggest obstacles, there's a 50-foot cliff that you would have to get over, so you need some climbing gear and hope your companions can scrap it. You don't know exactly how slanted it is, but yeah, it's going to be awkward.
Given her athletics and constitution, she's the kind of person that wakes up at 4 a.m. to go running and get to the free climbing gym early.
No.
So,
Yeah.
she's really hoping that her compatriots are in shape.
Oh yeah, it's easy for you, like no problem. Like, but yeah, that's going to be, and it's 8 hours hiking and with a cliff in the middle, and that's going to be. I mean, you could climb up first and throw a rope down for them. Yeah,
I did a hike like this by accident once. I'm sure I'll be fine. I misread my athletics. It's actually a base, so this is going to be funny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. My athletics as well is at base.
Yeah. You could walk around, but that would add like 3 hours to the hike. Yeah. So that's 11 hours of hiking, which is a lot.
Before we even get into the actual meat of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't consider 8 hours to be a long walk. This is fine.
I say, but maybe instead of trying to walk our way around, maybe try to get in good with somebody who's already going to be trafficking people or whatever into there. Save ourselves some times and maybe get ourselves in deeper without anyone actually raising suspicion, so we don't have to worry about watching for centuries.
Yeah, you can look at the human trafficking ring that like brought up the lead in the first place too.
I mean, yeah, all we have to do is we find the drivers, take them out, and then drive the truck. They're not going to really question the truck full of people they're expecting.
Yeah. You can. Yeah, everyone with criminology can give me a criminology check if you want to look at if you want to look at the human trafficking ring. That's definitely criminology. Sure. Yeah.
All right.
I critically failed that, so
I also failed.
Okay. I mean, I have it at base. Am I allowed to give it a shot?
I'll
accept no. That's a stretch.
Yeah, no, it's reading patterns and like understanding how criminal organizations work. And so yeah, neither of you have like, this is not like a standard trafficking ring. Trafficking rings are like get sex workers or workers of some kind from point A to point B, right? Like that's, and have them make income for you or make money by transporting them. Like that's how human trafficking works. And this doesn't, like, this was a small scale trafficking ring. They were not taking trucks of people. This is like a couple people at a time. This is like people who came in illegally and needed to get somewhere to work, and they needed, smugglers, people to get them to their final destination. And so they were transporting a couple people at a time. It was all to stay under the radar, and hardly seems to be worth it. But some of the people just didn't make it.
So were you saying
it was like one or two people at a time were disappearing?
So it's safe to assume these cars that are actually transporting these people aren't just like a truck or like, standard, like, oh, it's a big truck full of people. It's like we're saying like an Uber.
Well, yeah, it's just like, hey, me and my friend that I just met and don't speak the same language as are going to go across the country. And I'm going to drop them off on the other coast and then never talk to them again. Yeah. Which is, it does seem anomalous. But yeah, some of those people that make their destination.
And they didn't know they didn't know who was paying for the journeys, right? We don't know if it was the
individual. Well, yeah, you failed your checks.
Is it possible to look into something like an app being used that people are using to pay, and that's why there's like a weird amount of money coming from ambiguous ends where people are using this app to get rides where they're getting taken to the same landlocked location?
Well, it's not an app. But yeah, if you're trying to use computer science to solve something, is that you can?
I have Facebook behind me.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's not an app.
The
It's
metaverse is real.
yeah. If you want to trace the money, like that's accounting, right? Or computer science to literally hack into their computers and find out where the money's coming from.
I suspect none of us.
I have
computer
accounting in
science.
30.
Yeah, you can give it a shot. You have access to the accounts. You can just try and like figure out where it's coming from. It's just juggling like Excel shit, you know.
I know. I used to cook the books a bit at my local thrift shop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it takes one to know one, right? Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Come on, double 11s. Nope, I did not make that.
Okay. Yeah. They're better at it than you.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Facebook, you failed me again.
It's the most plausible of all the skills to fail. I can't understand my own accounts. Like,
yeah.
Once we get to town, if we, for example, check into like a local hotel for like 3-4 days or something, we'll say, and then we've got time to survey them because there's no deadline on us getting.
No, I mean, just have your own lives to get back to.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, if we're on holiday, we might as well make it a holiday. Then it'll look more plausible from the outside too. We could say something like, you know, here's your British friend who you're taking on a tour of Great America, and I will pretend like I don't know what a Walmart is. The mall what? Yeah, it'll be great. We will need to go clothes shopping.
If we want to go that far, you know, you could be searching for somebody who went missing, you know, as a foreign national, and you hired independently a, you know, experienced park ranger to help guide your search as a consultant.
Well, they're not going to know you're a park ranger unless you tell them, right?
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, why we could be searching around out there and be like, I don't know. We think the person came through this land and then disappeared.
Ooh, I like this because, okay, we're a couple. You are a park ranger guide, and we're trying to discover something. I don't know. Our backstory will come together once we get there.
You're cryptid hunters that I'm fleecing for money.
See, I like that. We're looking for Skinwalker Ranch in Wyoming.
Okay, so yeah, you can spend the rest of the day getting some touristy clothing, and Lucinda, you can buy appropriate survival stuff. I mean, Cheyenne obviously has really good wilderness outfitters.
Yeah, you can help us buy boots that fit correctly and stuff.
And yeah, boots, clothes,
which is survival equipment.
But
yeah,
do you think I can find a gun store in Wyoming?
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, there's gun shows and pawn stores and gun stores, and you can buy some guns.
Nice.
Now they tell you that hunting season is a thing, and they take it very seriously. So you should be wearing hunter orange if you go out. Actually,
is it currently hunting season?
I'm going to say it's mid-April in Wyoming. Let's see here. Wyoming hunting. We can just look things up. Let's see. Start date. Bear season's just opened up.
It's also oh no, rabbit and hare season just ended. Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like they well
I'm
actually
using Amazon to get bear mace.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, that's from last year. Okay, let's see. Turkey season. Yeah, it's April 15th, and turkey. Yeah, right now it just seems to be turkey. So
we're slightly less likely to get shot.
Yeah.
That also means the guns we can get is likely less. Like, I need an AR-15 to hunt turkey.
Yeah. I mean, you can take gun. You could always take a gun to claim you just want to use it to defend yourself against bears.
I am terrified of being eaten by bears. Please sell me a large gun.
Yeah. Sure. All right. Yeah. You can take you can each carry a hunting rifle, and you have your handguns. So yeah. You can go up loaded for bear, like literally. That takes you the rest of the day. So you spend the first night there, sleep, and And is there any more research you want to hit before you hit the road and go on to Elk Mountain?
Could you do a bit of research on the history of the mountain? Just like pretty surface level.
Yeah, sure. History.
I'll use
I've got that at 10. Let's give that a go.
Okay, well.
That's a hard no.
Yeah, you find the Wikipedia page for Elk Mountain. Like,
I mean, does it tell me anything? No.
Let's find out. Elk Mountain, Wyoming. Like,
no.
no, it's a place. It is. Let's see here. It is. There's a mountain. It's a peak, 7 miles south. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, this does not have a history section.
Yeah. 11,000 feet, highest elevation. So yeah.
That's pretty high.
Can I use bureaucracy to check if there's any history of missing people in the area outside of the 32?
Yeah, sure.
14 out of 30.
Okay. One thing, just in general, there's actually a huge number of missing people in the state because this is a big empty state. Like Wyoming has like less than 1 million people, and
not even enough to qualify as a state anymore. Damn it!
Yeah, but
we don't get to vote in DC. What's up with that? Right.
Yeah, exactly. It is a very big empty state, and so a lot of people go missing. Also, because the Yellowstone National Park is in the state, and it's just big and empty. But in this region, actually, you do manage to filter out that and realize there is an unusually high number of missing people reports along the highways in this area. That's especially the closer you get to Elk Mountain, the more like people, hitchhikers and isolated travelers going along these roads that stop near Elk Mountain just tend not to. It seems to be statistically high now that you're looking at it, especially along let's see here, 80 Interstate 80 and 30. Yeah, there just seems to be, which goes through Cheyenne, Laramie, and then all the way up to Elk Mountain. It's raising some issues. Like maybe there's more than 32 people that have gone missing from this. So yeah.
I mean, it looks like the town's population has decreased by nearly 25% in the last 10 years. So,
oh God,
maybe lost some locals too.
Maybe, yeah. It's true. So, yeah. But all of you head out to, get in your rental SUV and head on up to Elk Mountain. Like I said, it's a nice spring day. It's not that long of a drive. Well, let's see here. Elk Mountain. Directions. Elk Mountain to Cheyenne. How long is that? That is not even a 2-hour drive. So you get in there, you get to the nice historic Elk Hotel and check in. The clerk is charmed by Agent Craven's delightful British accent. They always
it's
love.
It's just delightful to be here.
Yes, exactly. They're delighted to have you here. Everyone. Yeah.
Craven's going to go aggressively English whenever speaking to.
Today I'm aggressively British.
Oh no! Oh no! Not again! We had that. No.
I'm terribly sorry to bother you.
Yeah.
But my sheets weren't crisp enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is aggressively British. Dear God, they were not crisp enough.
So all of you check in. There's the trading companies, / diner. There's also the offices for the Elk Mountain Heritage Foundation, which are open. They do not. There is a sign. All of you can give me. Those of you criminology trained can give me a criminology check.
No, 58 over 50.
Okay. Casey?
I rolled a control paste and a 69, which is most likely a failure, but I'm going to be hopeful, and it's still a failure. I failed.
Oh. You know what? I'm gonna institute a house rule, the nice rule. 69
Nice.
are successes.
Nice.
So I'm just gonna say
I hit pay dirt in Facebook. It finally paid off.
No. When you look at the office for this Elk Mountain Heritage Foundation, it just reads to you front organization. You know, like any criminal organization needs a front, needs several fronts to justify money, and like, but this is not like generating income, right? Like it's there. It has a sign. You could say it's there to be like provide information about Elk Mountain and encourage donations, but like it's kind of a shitty office. It's not very clean. The sign is not very eye catching. The lights are on, but you know, it just reads to you like this is like, oh yeah, no, we're a legitimate organization, definitely doing legitimate things. You know,
am I able to look into the employees or like who's in charge of the foundation?
Well, you know who's in charge of it? That's Maxwell Kinney. Yeah, you can look into them. You can go back to your hotel room. They have Wi-Fi, so yeah.
I mean, is there specific on the ground like, oh, here's our donors or people like
well, you'd have to go into the office to ask about that.
Then I will be going to the office.
Okay.
Just outside of that, I'm just looking at their website. I just want to know, do they have any advertised job posts?
They do not have a website.
Oh, that's suspicious.
Which is surely the most suspicious thing about any of it. If they're a heritage organization, do they have like pamphlets or anything about the local heritage?
Are you going inside the well, not at the hotel. You could go in the Casey's going to the office. You could join Casey if you want to. Or yeah. But yeah, they don't need to, they have brochures for other things like tours and you know all the you know horseback trail tours and you know all the kind of stuff that you would imagine, you know, like zip lines. You know, they love zip lines here.
Who doesn't love zip lines?
Exactly.
What I mean, you know, I know it's a small town, so I'm really stretching it. What buildings are around the?
There's another wilderness outfitting thing. There's a couple things, a couple buildings offering tours. There's a little general store. There's the trading company, which also is kind of diner / general store. There is a liquor store, but not a bar. It's just like you buy the booze and drink it somewhere else. There's 2 hotels. There's the foundation offices, and that's about it.
Is the diner within sight of the?
Oh yeah,
office?
yeah.
Okay.
Everything's within like 5 blocks of each other. This is very.
Well, I guess what I'm asking is, could I case the offices from the diner without being super suspicious?
Oh sure, yeah. All right, so we'll just go to each of you. First of you, Casey, you go in the office. There is a guy there looking at his computer, and it says, and he looks up. He's like, hello, good morning. Are you interested in preserving wildlife and nature?
Well, my friend, yes, I am. Howdy, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Like, I'm so inspired by your website. I was just wondering, how does one get involved?
Well, we have a little, he points to a little plastic box in the middle of the thing that is, you know, donations accepted. It has like some change and like 2 $1 bills in it.
Unfortunately, let's say me, a nomad who lives in a van and drives throughout this great nation. Is there any other way I can help? Like I pick up sticks in the forest.
Volunteer work.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Oh
my God, yes.
Yeah. That actually, roll persuade.
That's actually something I have. Yay.
Yeah. I'll give you +20 because it's a really good pitch you're giving to him.
32, I make it, baby. I mean, yes.
Okay.
That's a success.
Yeah, actually we're doing some work not in the near future. Are you here going to be here for a bit?
Well, as I said, I'm a nomad, so I'm constantly changing my location. If there's anything where I can meet somebody at maybe a location, or like, is there a common place where we can talk?
I mean, we can talk here. I'm just like, we're not doing anything today. I'm just wondering if I could, like, yeah, this is the tourist outreach office where I don't handle the stuff, but I can
so
get you
you
in
want my
touch.
number? Yes,
Yeah.
yes, of
Okay.
course. I give
Yeah.
them my burner phone number.
Yeah.
It leads to my fake Facebook page.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any? Are you traveling with anyone? As
I've already stated, I am nomad. I have no home.
no.
I travel quite
I
alone.
meant if you're traveling. You're traveling. Okay, cool.
No connections to anyone. If I went missing, no one would miss me.
All right, you're laying it on a little thick.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Would you like a lampshade with that?
Yeah. Yeah. Sarah gets a fate point, which cannot be spent this game. But
I'm gonna make a note of that for future games.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Casey, give me a human point or check.
Take one of my human points.
Yeah. Sorry, I was saying gumshoe. Yeah.
Okay. That is a 31, and that might be a balls. It is 1 point above my human. I failed by one.
Aw.
Okay. Well, you know. And he says, "Look, I'll if I can contact you back, I will get in touch with our actual field work office and find out what they're doing in the next couple of days, right?" Yeah.
Well, as I said, I may be gone as soon as I came in, but thank you very much for your help.
Well, yeah, no. I'll have him contact you before the end of the day. Okay, just yeah.
Thank you kindly. I really appreciate you when I put my hand on the table and I make sure I make severe eye contact and say, really, I do.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, we'll get in touch with you. We do. I've been actually trying to get us to try and get more volunteers, but they Mr. Kinney is kind of a stodgy old guy. He's kind of set in his ways. So yeah,
we got to make progress wherever we can find it, and whether it be through the pockets of deep pockets, fuck yeah. I mean, but I gotta go. Have a great day.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you planted that lure. So meanwhile, Lucinda, you were trying to case the office.
Yeah, I figured as he was going in, especially, I'll be watching the office for
just
at least a few hours, seeing how they respond to him going in, and if anybody comes by, or if that guy goes to leave, or if
what skill are you using for this?
I figured alertness or search. Okay. Guys, precious thinking. 46 out of 50.
Okay. Yeah, there's a back office that there's definitely some people in there that go by a window. And they are you actually notice that they have a lot of cameras set up pointing all around the town.
Oh.
But you're don't worry, you're a tourist. You're acting very touristy. You're being very normal. But they're so yeah, that they're watching the town. Yeah, very intently. Like they have camera. There's no blind spots on these security. These are not just security cameras. These are surveillance cameras.
Okay, well then throughout that, can I kind of fish, maybe using charisma or something, for information about how people feel about or what's going on in there? Just generally the gossip from the wait staff and the diner patrons.
At the diner, yeah, you can give me persuade, or you could listen in with alertness.
Let's do alertness just because I have a better chance of that. I'm not good with people. No, 71 out of 50.
All right, yeah, they're talking about the goddamn raccoon's got my goddamn garbage again. Well, I'm telling you, stop throwing out all those hot dogs. Just on and on and on.
I only get paid in expired meat.
Yeah,
I immediately scavenge for hot dogs.
We should have brought you an actual van.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, back to Agent Craven. What are you doing?
I was going to do something similar. I was going to do the whole kind of I've just arrived in this town. I'm gonna because I'm a Brit. I'm gonna walk around it like a lunatic.
Sure.
Sans car and discover how few sidewalks and things there are. So I'll do basically a lap round anywhere that looks interesting in the middle of town. I'm debating the merits of sticking my head into the Heritage Foundation and asking if they've got if they run tours and if they've got maps of the area and stuff, because that's what I would expect a heritage organization to have.
Yeah, you would think. So you are going to do that? You're going in the office too?
Yeah, I'll do a recce around and then kind of wander into the office, walk past it, oh, a heritage place, and then go in.
Okay, yeah. You go in, you see the guy that Casey talked to earlier. His name is, let's see here. I gave him a name at the end. His name is Scott Watson. And I don't think he would tell you that though, but Scott is there.
Sure.
Office. And he gives you a half-hearted spiel about preserving nature. Please ask for donations. They do not have tours at this time. He recommends a couple of other operators in town. You just go to the hotel and ask them. Yeah, you can be human if you want.
Sure. That is 53 under 60.
Okay, so yeah, his job is to just be here and play the part,
fob people off.
Yeah, basically, yes, we are a real organization. If anybody checks on us, we are doing real work. It is not we're not very good at this, but that doesn't matter. We are definitely legally doing this thing. And but there is a back office where you can that Scott occasionally glances to. There's some closed doors behind him, basically behind the front desk, and you can tell there's multiple people behind there doing office work and stuff.
I'm gonna ask if I can use their bathroom.
Oh no, the hotel's just across the street. They got a bathroom open to the public. Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah.
All right. Never mind.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. You pick up on that.
Then I'll then go join Lucy in the diner.
Okay.
Wait. So the hotel, one of the two hotels in town, is directly across the street from the office?
I mean, catty corner, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is a small town. It is small.
I'm just saying, I wonder if this hotel has a history of people getting disappeared too.
I mean, not the town.
Fine.
Yeah, I mean, you would have looked that up in your initial research. There's no tourists go missing kind of headlines or anything like that.
Is this even a town? I think we would call this a hamlet.
Yeah. Oh,
it's not even a village. This is half the size of the tiny no through road village my dad lives in the middle of nowhere. This is
an outlier society.
Yeah, it is entirely supported through tourism.
Yeah,
just enough rich assholes who want to shoot an elk come by every year or every other year that they get enough money from that. So
nice.
Yeah.
Everybody here's profession is tourism.
Yep. I mean, there's some ranchers in the area and farmers and stuff like that, and but yeah,
liquor store owners.
Yeah, the liquor store. Yeah, really great for small
why
towns.
It's so easy to surveil this town.
They just legalized weed begrudgingly, and now there's one pot store, and they're like, God damn it.
Did Wyoming legalize weed?
I could see one county legalizing it and accidentally forgetting to send in their vote, which means it's legal. And then they now have a town where all the people converge to buy weed from.
I think they just drive to Fort Collins.
Exactly.
No, cannabis is still strictly illegal in the entire state. It has some of the strictest cannabis laws in the United States. So, yeah.
It's a crying shame.
Yep. Yeah. If anyone needs it, it's them. Hey-o. Yeah, so yeah, all of you. I mean, there's undoubtedly pot farmers somewhere in the area, but who gives a shit about that?
I have a small town.
Yeah. So this is all taking you about an hour, a couple hours to mosey around, check in, and sort of scope the place out. You can wait for your call, Casey. I
make sure not to I just make sure not to reconverge with my coworkers, just because if I most likely notice the cameras and probably walk to the hotel because
You could
walking.
You could come to the diner and meet us in the diner. We could become friends.
Oh, good point.
Well, I mean, that was going to be what I was asking. Like, are we saying that we're all a group? Are we?
Well, I assume you drove in the same vehicle because you said your cover story was showing your British story.
Yeah.
So,
I think if we say that Craven is visiting Loops, and then we run into Casey.
Well, also, I could just be hitchhiking. That could be just my cover stories. Like, I told you I was a nomad. That means I was hitchhiking.
You did tell me the van as well.
Yeah.
So the cover still works. Time to slide my way into the diner.
Say your van's
I mean, maybe they didn't pick it up on their cameras. You know, maybe they don't notice. Yeah, you don't know.
Well, anyways, I'm going to enter the diner and make like, oh my God, it's you kind of thing. Like, I'm surprised.
Okay.
You have made yourself a target. Maybe we should just rent you a van and have you sleep on the outskirts of town and watch.
You would have to leave town to rent a vehicle. They do not have a car rental place here.
No, maybe I should just get my own hotel room. You guys have another one next door to mine, and we do this like No Country for Old Men.
Okay.
All right. Well, you can set that up pretty easily. So you have your own hotel room, and you do get a call. Did you give them your real name? Did you give them a name? I don't remember.
My cover name is Ruprecht Fiddlesticks.
Ruprecht. Okay.
Eccentric dweller of an old lampshade van. Yeah.
It sounds like someone who would be a nomad.
Hi, Ruprecht.
Hello.
Yeah. This is this is Scott from the Heritage.
Scott, Scott. How you doing, man?
Yeah. Are you gonna? We could pick you up. Are you staying anywhere in town?
Yeah, actually. Well, yes, I am. I'm actually at the local hotel. But I'm sort of out of sorts. I need to shower. If you're coming, are you wanting to come around now?
Oh no, we're doing something tomorrow morning. We could pick you up like at dawn at the hotel and take you out. We were going to. We found some. Huh?
I'm earlier.
Well, it's already late in the day to get started. By the time we got there, it'd be dark, and it's picking up litter in this area that someone left a bunch of litter in. Some illegal campers, people trespassing.
I mean, like 11 o'clock, but it's besides dawn, like 11 p.m. maybe.
Well, we'd have to hike out. This is a pretty remote area, so we could hike out. We can pick up the litter. It'd be really good. But yeah, we're doing that tomorrow morning. We'll just pick you up then.
Okay.
And we'll give you food and everything else for the day. So yeah.
Oh, isn't that kind of you? Well, Scott, you know what? You're a gem.
Great. Yeah. So just dawn's at like 6 a.m. So we'll pick you up at 6 at the hotel. Just be waiting up front. We'll come by and
that's sweet. I have to embarrassingly ask this. Do you guys supply hiking boots?
Yeah, we got a pair. We can give you one. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Thank you kindly. Well, then I'll see you at 6 a.m.
Great. What foot size do you wear?
Oh, a follow-up question. Nice. I just wear size 12.
Okay, 11. Yeah. I think we can. Yeah. We can do that. Sure. We'll pick you up at 6.
All right. See you soon.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Toodles. I immediately text my cohorts. They are willing to give me hiking boots. Something's amiss.
I mean, if you're going to join them, you're advancing this investigation quite quickly.
Right.
What do we want to do, Loops? Do we want to try and tail them? Because if they are going to a campsite, we can go to the campsite and just be there. But
he didn't tell you where it was.
they're not going to a campsite.
We don't know
Sorry.
where it is. I would rather be there before they get there if we're going to try to do that. Otherwise, we're walking into a trap instead of setting one.
I feel like there's no way we're going to know where they're going.
I mean, the best way. I mean, I assume. What type of burner phones do we have? Are they just like simple flip phones, or can we?
No, they're like cheap Android phones. So yeah.
So I would assume we would have an app that we can use that we can kind of keep in touch with each other, where maybe it would be an easy way to keep track of me.
Yeah. Give me intelligence times 5.
I mean,
it
would be easily
You can all
explainable.
intelligence times 5. Like.
Sure.
It would be easily explainable if you put like an AirPod thing in your, or
Failure.
Okay.
That is a success.
Yeah, cell phones don't work out in the middle of nowhere.
I design a device.
Well, you can then go to a manufacturer and manufacture it and come back in 2 years.
They didn't say there was a timeline on this.
I'm using Marvel film logic. I designed it on the spot with the things I find in my room.
This is not Night's Black Agent, man. You're not MacGyver in this shit. Yeah.
Does our resident park ranger have anything that they would typically use for tracking animals?
I mean,
or is that a bit niche?
I have mechanics and electrician. Like,
there it is.
There anything
you don't? They're the radio collars. Like,
it's like a tracking, just a simple tracking beacon.
Yeah,
they me up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, you don't have anything like that on hand. You didn't bring anything. That's specialized equipment. You're not going to get that in town. You'd have to go back to Cheyenne. Maybe Kincaid could get it to you, but like not by tomorrow morning. Like if you left now, Kincaid would be hard pressed to get it. Like there are satellite phones that work anywhere. There are which you don't have because you didn't get them.
Is there a GPS tracker in our rented SUV?
Yeah. So yeah, the vehicle would know where it is. It's not going to be able to transmit that to anyone else.
You can't.
Yeah. Like
fair enough.
Steal every smoke detector in town. Take out the radioactive elements.
We have the time
and
the resources.
That's pretty clever. Yeah.
That's pretty clever. Yeah. I approve.
People with criminal. Actually, Lucinda, you can give me a survival check.
Okay.
I'm looking longingly at my 0% in military science here.
Yeah, military science would be really fucking useful.
Sure would.
27. I got a success.
You got a success?
Yes.
Okay, well, you know where their territory is, right? Like, you know where the town is. If they're going to do the thing you think they're going to do, which is to take Rupert to their territory, you could leave in the dead of night and park somewhere between point A and point B and wait and someplace where you have cell phone reception, so Rupert could tell you when he's leaving, and then you could be on the lookout, and then you could just be on the road behind them, get on a road behind them, and just be regular, traffic, at least. Or you could wait until they, do you want to? And then wait for them to, you could do that. You could be somewhere along the path of where you think they're going, and tail them from there. Or you could wait as close as you could to the territory, the turf, and see which, there's 4 private plots of land that they have that they could drive to. You don't know which one they're going to go to. You haven't scattered that at all. So,
I mean, we could, so we could, if we get a second car, both Craven and I could do that, and we could be at different places and switch off so that,
it is early enough in the day. You could drive back to Cheyenne and get a second vehicle.
Yeah, if we do that, and if we are not able to follow Casey, if Casey mentions, I met some folks in the bar, in the diner last night, we're going to meet up this evening. Like, what time do you think we'll be back in Elk Mountain? They might be less likely to murder you because people are expecting you, and you've told us, where you're going.
Because it's logical to be like, well, hey, hold up, I'm going to let everyone know where I'm going before we leave, because that's something a normal person would do.
Yeah. Are you going to tell him that like you met some people at a bar?
I'll make a big show of it before, when they pick me up.
When they pick you, okay. So they're not gonna know that until they pick you up.
Well, I mean, oh yeah, actually, you're right. I'll send a text just like excited for tomorrow, winky face. Just like my friends know where I'll be at. Can you send like a general location or something that along the normal reaction would be?
Yeah. He's like, what friends? I thought you were alone.
Oh, I'm very alone, but I let my family in outside of the states. Just you don't understand. Being a nomad means you have to run the risk that life throws at you. So sometimes you have to take precautions. Like I would assume that you do have people who check in with other people, right? You're
Oh, of
careful,
course.
right?
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
oh my God! I mean, if you weren't, how irresponsible. But yeah, no, I'm checking in with my folks in New Hampshire.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah. Let me find out the name of the which site we're going to. I'll get back to you.
I appreciate you being amicable towards me. Have a lovely day.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. What are you doing next? Are you getting another car then?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think we should. And is it possible to get some satellite phones? Maybe pick them up from a state forest along the way.
Yeah, you can get satellite phones. Yeah.
Just for Craven and I. Obviously, Casey wouldn't have them.
No,
Yeah,
Casey's in his room opening the hotel bar, dancing in his underwear. He's having the time of his life.
Yeah.
If the town's on surveillance, if Lucy and I go get a car, but only Lucy comes back to the hotel and I kind of don't reappear in the heavily surveilled town and wait somewhere on the route very preemptively, is that sane or is that a bad choice? I'm concerned that if they are surveilling the town, they're going to see two people leave with one car and come back with two cars. There's no... Like, that's a weird thing to be doing. It's kind of suspicious.
I can stay out or you can stay out. I mean, you're right. It would look a little weird, but it's easily explainable if only one of us comes back with the same car. Or even a different.
Yeah, bringing in a second car would probably be a little suspicious. Yeah. So,
actually, Ross, do you could I put a little do the classic, take a chair, put it underneath the door handle, just in case they just randomly want to kick it out.
Sure. Yeah.
So at least I buy myself some time to have my gun that's underneath the pillow because people are coming to kidnap me. So
yeah.
I can just finagle it in my pants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfectly reasonable. So yeah, just drinking alone in a barricaded room with a gun.
I should be making license plates. This is not worth it. Is what I keep thinking.
Yeah, no, it's fine. This is what your life has brought you to. So Agent Craven and Lucinda go out back to Cheyenne to get satellite phones and another car. That's going to take basically the rest of the day because it's a 2-hour drive one way. And so that's 4 hours just to get there and back and a couple hours to get the things, right? So you you rent another vehicle, another SUV, and get 2 satellite phones you wanted.
Yeah, just for Craven and I.
Yeah. And by that time, Casey, you get another text. Says, actually, I'm sorry. It's from Scott. I'm sorry, man. The trip got canceled. We were having some personnel problems right now. So I'll keep you in touch. Just how long are you going to be in town? Casey?
You're muted.
Oh, yeah, Casey. Yeah. He might, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So did you hear that?
No, I didn't. My apologies. I left really fast.
Okay, yeah.
Trips canceled.
Trips canceled. They're having personnel problems. How long are you going to be in town?
Trips canceled. I send back a frowny face and saying, I don't know. It depends on when the next opportunity arises. Like I make something ominous where it's like I want to give him FOMO.
Yeah. Yeah, you can roll persuade at -20 because you're doing this through texting.
I give FOMO to my enemies.
Yeah.
I like your optimism.
Status condition FOMO.
Is that a condition that you develop at your sanity break point?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would have made it if 82 was high, and that was what I was going for. But no, I did not. I did not make it.
Yeah. We don't. I'll keep you. We'll see. Yeah. I'll let you know. And with that, I'm actually going to step away to get some more water. So I will be right back.
Water break.
Yeah.
Back in a sec.
All right. We do need to come up with a plan at some point of how to approach this.
Well, I was assuming they would still come pick me up, even though, like, because I would assume they had dealt with people in the past who were like, oh, yeah, I'm coming to volunteer, but I'm just letting people know where I'm at.
Yeah. I don't know if that scared them off or if they just want additional people now.
I think that scared them off, and I know I need to... I mean, what I could do is I can play it as a way to, I'm desperate, and I'm like, listen, I'm in dire straits, play that like that angle where they have, like, I seem more desperate, they want to kidnap me immediately.
Yeah, I mean, if they're wandering around, or if they're monitoring the whole town, you could try going around asking for work, basically, at the different
exactly.
Be like, oh, I don't want to do any paperwork. Do you just have any anything I could do for the day to just earn some cash?
Yeah, that's a good point. Exactly. Yeah, I'll just be like going into town tomorrow. Be like, do you have work for a convict? Sorry, I can't do paperwork, man. And then
do you work for an escaped convict? I mean, you
can pay me in pasta, but I can only last in that for so long.
See, this whole town's economy works on expired meats.
Oh my god. I mean, yeah, I would imagine. Actually, yeah, that actually would be. You would assume there'd be a lot of disappearances because people who are going to this town and be like, I need to make a new life.
Yep. Popular. Or roughnecks heading out to different jobs. I mean, there's a whole lot of reasons. Especially
there's like this town in California I used to go to. It's called Lemon Cove, population 56, biggest dust bowl ever.
All right,
and they call. Oh, hello.
Got it.
Yeah. Anyway,
so
all of you, it is late at night. You can be wherever you like, back in the town at the hotel. You could be, maybe you put the second car hidden or off the road somewhere.
Yeah,
and then
I was gonna say that. Should we make it a van?
Okay, yeah.
Rather than a car to...
Yeah, so that makes sense.
Can we park it under a bridge down by the river?
You can park it somewhere out of the way,
unsurveilled, and then if
somewhere out of the
you need to
town.
go fetch your van or whatever, then that's the thing.
Casey's gonna go get his whistle wet at the local watering hole, in a way to maybe shake the cage and maybe they kidnap him regardless.
I think we're probably going to need to make a hiking plan, to be honest.
You're like,
yeah. You can all give me criminology checks then.
Sure.
You did get information by how they reacted.
Nope. Didn't have to worry about it.
Okay. Casey?
That's a failure.
Okay. All right.
We are a crack squad.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what you know. Like, yeah.
I've got. Do I ever hear anything? I'm quite alert as a person.
No, this was the criminology was to figure out like what they're like, to understand why they did what they did.
They're kidnapping people to work a pot farm. I know it.
Yeah.
I've heard the documentary Murder Mountain, and it's happening in these hills.
Based on what you said and how they reacted to it, like how that the criminology I would have explained like their logic. But you can maybe figure that out on your own.
I mean, I would have thought it was the moment they realized you'd be missed. They were like, "No, maybe not. Let's murder this guy," and they don't actually have anything for you to do. So that's that cover. That's that plan,
Casey. Yeah, you go to the trading company diner. It's not open very long after dark. I mean, they it's definitely not an all night kind of thing. This is a town that closes down early. But yeah, there's some people there. You don't see Scott, but you know there are other people working there. Maybe they're here, but you don't you know, you linger, but you can give me an
Whoa.
alertness check.
Oh, alertness. Ooh.
Yeah.
I got a whopping maybe success. And then I scroll over. Alertness. No, I did
Okay.
not succeed.
All right. Yeah.
We're just not very successful.
Yeah.
We're going to report back to Delta Green that they literally just own some woodlands, and that's it.
I'm going to walk to the owner of the diner
Mm-hmm.
and just basically loudly go, "Hey, are you guys hiring?"
No.
Will
We
you
don't-
be soon?
Why? You don't live here?
Well, I'm a nomad, you see, and I'm very desperate.
Yeah, we don't hire people who are just gonna wander away after a week.
I don't want to wander away. I'm trying to set roots in your beautiful community.
Roll persuaded half.
Okay.
Maybe we should just let them murder Casey. Agent Craven does not say out loud.
Yeah.
I succeed. 16.
Okay. Oh, you really do? Oh, okay. Well, I guess you can. Do you have someplace to stay? He's taking pity on you.
No,
Got you,
I
fam.
don't.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's
Yeah.
hope nobody in this town talks to each other.
I thought you were staying at the hotel across the street.
I only
ran
have
out of
so many dollars, my friend.
Oh, okay. Well, look, I'll set up a place for a spare room for you to stay in. You're going to stay there tonight, though, right? Like, I don't know.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you go there tonight, and tomorrow I'll set up a place for you.
Okay.
Yeah, you can be human check too.
How well I human? Let's see.
Yeah. I'll give you plus
No.
20 on this.
Plus 20. Okay. Still a no.
All right. You know what you know.
I'm starting to see why you got caught for
Yeah.
your crime. Went to rob a bank without a mask on and just
Yeah, it's late at this point. Like, the town is shut down. The diner, the guy running the diner, like, you know, tells you to go home, goes to the hotel. He'll set up a place for you. He's kind of weirded out by it, like, but you know, he's a good Christian man. He's got his help with someone who's asking for help, and
Mission
but
accomplished. I made a scene.
yeah, this is the person running the diner. This dude is not connected to the foundation at all, as far
He's
as you can tell.
practically like the chieftain of the town. There's like a population of 150.
Yeah. Well, you actually don't know that. You know he's a longtime resident. You don't know what the local power structure is like, right? Like, you haven't like really figured out the hierarchy. I mean, you definitely know a lot of gossip, but like,
The chef will talk. He'll talk.
Yeah. The owner operator of the Greasy Spoon. Yeah, you can see that the Heritage Foundation office is shut down. All the lights are off. At least all the window lights are off. No one, doesn't seem like anyone's in the building anymore. But yeah, you just go to sleep if you want.
Just a weird question to help me understand the town. From the time that I was watching the town from the diner, did I see cops around, and were they like focused on?
Oh, they don't have police. There's like a county sheriff that.
Oh, they're not
patrols.
even based there. Okay.
Yeah. There's what county is that? They basically just have the county, right? Like, it's Carbon County, and population 14,000. And they're based in Rawlins, which is somewhere
else.
Yeah, somewhere. Rawlins.
It's along I-80. I see it there.
Yeah, it's further west. Yeah.
Lucy, while
Yeah.
while Casey causes a scene at the diner, if we're back, do you and I want to look at some local, whatever your equivalent of ordnance survey maps are, and plot potential routes in?
I mean, I did plot.
I think this is just going to boil down to a hike.
Yeah, you already got that route.
Plot a route. Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna like it, but I
Should
definitely
we
have a route in.
do some recceing before that?
Yeah, you could actually drive around the perimeter, right? Like you could take. There is public land around the private land, right? You could. You can't drive around it. You could hike around a lot of it. That's going to take all day tomorrow, right? Like you could. There's 4 plots, right? Like you could survey one corner of one plot, the edges of one plot.
I mean, if we're erring on the side of caution, I'm not averse to spending the next day hiking around doing surveillance, and then we could head off. Do we want to be trying to hike in at night, or do we want to be hiking in the day?
I mean, it would be better to get a lay of the land during the day, and then we can know, just trying to get an idea of where the trail cams actually are. I've got a good path, but following up and confirming, I'm only basing it on what I would do.
Given how paranoid these guys are, I mean, they've put this entire town under surveillance. If we should have shared this room for bugs. If I'll do that in a minute.
Now I'm gonna have to take a sad test of paranoia.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm tempted to give you. Well, if you find a bug, you'll definitely be making sand checks. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll search the room in a minute. But if they're that paranoid, they may be surveilling a public land directly outside their land as well. Given that they're surveilling this town, which I'm fairly sure they don't own.
Yeah, do any of you have SIGINT?
I do. That's
Okay.
what I was going to try. That's what I was going to suggest, but I don't have any computer skills attached to it.
No, SIGINT was, I'd say you'd have the devices capable of detecting wireless signals. So, the thing is, trail cams have to be wireless, right? Because otherwise you have to go to it and pull out the memory card and check it. It's useless if you can't, check it remotely. With SIGINT, you can just know where there are trail cams with your you have a pretty good indication of their general proximity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we do a hike round tomorrow, surveil the perimeter and mark the trail cams and see how they're laying them out, that'll help us when we go the next day.
Okay. You plan that out. Give me a search check for bugs.
Yep, that's what I was going to be doing next.
I passed a roll, 42 under 70.
Your room is clean.
92 out of 60.
Give me sand check. You can't find any, but you're like, oh my god, I'm just missing it.
97, definitely fail.
Okay, yeah, you lose 1 for helplessness.
Oh god, I know they're listening.
Yeah, have you seen The Conversation, the movie?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, it's like the ending. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah.
I watched The Man Who Knew Too Little.
Yeah. Well, no, that's a very different movie. You all go to sleep. You wake up the next morning. You can hit the trails. You can either do a perimeter sweep, basically, or you could take the path plotted into the heart of the public land, that the landlock, the heart of the Foundation's operation, you believe. So which one do you want to do? Do you want to do the perimeter sweep then? It sounds like.
My vote's for a perimeter sweep so that we're less likely to get caught tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. And we can explain it away as looking for a place where we're hunters, doing our turkey hunting. And
Well, you can just be hikers. You don't even have to be hunters. But I mean, you can just carry rifles for bears. That kind of thing. Yeah.
If anyone questions it, we'll just play up my very British fear of terrifying American wildlife.
I also have a U.S. Park Ranger badge, so
yeah, that's true.
You're a park
Everyone.
ranger on holiday.
Everyone, give me let's see here. Casey and Craven, give me con times 5 checks.
No.
42 under 65. I'm resistant.
I got a 3, baby.
You're all actually
keeps me alive.
Yeah, you're all pretty good at hiking. Actually, you're all.
I made
kits
for them. Before we left, I made kits for them.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
So
got gaiters, got boots, got a little camel pack full of water.
Yeah, it's good weather. So
it's homemade granola, damn it.
Yeah, so you can make all the checks. So, Lucinda, you can be SIGINT.
Well, this is not going to go well.
I mean, you've got all day
Should
to
be
work it
that
out.
3 from before. 86. No.
I mean, there are signals. There's definitely trail cams set up on that private land that you're skirting. But yeah, you can't do that. Everyone can give me search checks and alertness checks.
Do you want both?
Yeah.
65 under 70 for search.
85 and 78. I failed both.
Okay.
Bang on 70 for alertness, which is my alertness.
I got
So
34 out of 50.
So I've passed both.
Okay. Casey, what'd you get on both?
34 and 54 alertness, and there was another roll. I apologize.
Search.
Search, sorry. The search I most likely failed because I don't remember it.
Okay. You don't have it trained.
Oh no, I do, but it's still high.
Okay. All right. So fortunately, thanks to Agent Craven, you're actually able to spot a good number of trails going into the private land, vehicle and foot trails. And given the vectors, they're all pointing towards the center. Like so there's the landlocked section of public land, right? The target of your investigation, the heart of it. And all of these trails are pointing more or less in that very close to that direction. And these are trails that are like well used, and they're like off-road vehicles. Like, so people have been moving in and out of from multiple sides to not be too obvious, but trucks, ATVs, motor, off-road bikes, foot, no horseback, but yeah, like they're moving a lot of stuff in there.
Does it?
Yeah. You also made your search check, so you do find a let's see here. What was it? Probably a what kind of stuff? A couple of things. Like one, some splinters of wood that you recognize as lumber, shaved off a tree, basically. And then a part of a manual. It looks like for instructions on how to set up a solar panel.
Huh.
Okay.
So they're building something out there for sure.
Will they need planning permission to do that, or is that not?
Well, you're not supposed to build on public land. It's public land.
Oh, but they could be building it on their personal land.
That's true. They could be
between the two.
You don't know enough. Probably you don't know enough about zoning laws in Wyoming. Yeah.
I mean, they might have just kidnapped an employee that was installing solar panels in somebody's private land.
No. So from it looks like heavy trucks and stuff have gone through here. Do we see anybody going up any of these tracks while we're doing our grand tour?
Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, about midday. You're along the perimeter. In the distance, you can hear like an ATV roaring off in the distance into the private land section. So, and you're definitely getting pings on the trail cam. So this is a surveilled area. This is not the hidden path.
Do we get the most pings around like the vehicle trails and?
They're definitely present. But you failed to check, so you can't really tell concentrations or anything.
Okay.
They're just generally there. Like, yeah.
Do we find any stretches where there aren't any pings?
Your hidden path observation was right. There's none in the trail leading up to the cliff.
Cool.
Yeah, they obviously figured the cliff was enough of a deterrent.
And normally they'd be right.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, do we want to try to check that out in the day and see what we can see, but also be seen, or come back?
Well, by the time you get to it, it's later in the afternoon. So if you you start doing that, that's going to be another like 4 hours. You're definitely going to be at night before you get to the target. So yeah, if you want to be, also you're all doing pretty well hiking, but it is work, right? Like you're marching out in the woods and burning a lot of calories. So Do you want to do this after you've already been hiking for 6 hours?
Nah, the diner shuts really early. We've got to get back. We won't get any dinner.
Yep. So, you made your perimeter sweep. That's what you figured out. They're definitely doing this. In fact, I would say the solar panel thing actually does have like a serial number on it. So you could trace that and a manufacturer name.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Hotel's got Wi-Fi.
Yep. All right. So you head back.
Which might be monitored.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, give me Santa. No, I'm not.
Just put it on our phone then.
Yeah. So you get back after a long day of hiking. You're all a bit flush, just from burning that much energy, and take some showers to clean up the sweat. Check. Everyone can roll a luck check. If you roll 50 or less, they're fine. If you're over 50, if you roll 51 or higher, you found a tick or two.
Oh,
Ticks.
I got
Lots of
77.
Yeah.
I got a 73, baby. Let's get some matches and remove some ticks.
I am
Yep.
critically covered in ticks.
You have so many ticks. Yeah.
So many midge bites, if that's a thing. So many
Oh,
ticks.
yeah. There's
I look terrible.
Yep.
I'm gonna get Lyme disease after this.
Big tourist vibes.
Yay. So yeah, all of you are tired, but you're able to get some food in you, and you are able to let's see here. You can research the give me bureaucracy for the solar panel lead.
15. That's a pass.
Okay. With that, you're able to trace down the purchaser, which is a shell company you'd not heard of, actually, which gives you a new lead. So that's good. And the lead of this company is the it's called the Gift of Midas Incorporated. And so you can give me another bureaucracy check to look up this Gift of Midas company.
Mm-hmm. That is a failure.
Okay. Well, you're unable to find anything else out about it right now. You can
That's a
mention,
shame.
you can send the name to your handler, and that he can,
I
Kincaid.
will do that.
Yeah. All
We
right.
should also probably, just in case anything happens to us, mention that we confirm that all the paths in the area lead towards that center plot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's good.
We'll
Yeah.
just do like a little status update.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also mention that the whole town is surveilled, because that seems useful if another team has to come in to see where the 34 plus missing people have gone.
Is the office then, if the office is a hub of activity and a surveillance hub, does it have after hours security? Like, is someone there at night?
That's a good question.
We can find out.
All right. Surveil it for the day. See who goes in the morning. See who leaves at night.
Fair
And-
enough. We can
and
see
then-
it from the hotel as well, can't we?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Small town works both ways. Easy.
That's convenient.
Yeah.
Watching the watchers.
Yeah. So you can just spend the day in your hotel room watching that place.
Yeah, recovering from that hike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you all do that. You don't have to make checks because you're all three watching it from different.
Although, has Casey now started a job at a diner?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Are you going back to the diner? Yeah, Casey.
Yeah, I definitely have to go back to the diner. Are you kidding me? My
Okay.
boy's there.
All right. Yeah, you start your job at the diner. Like he sets up a spare room for you in the diner with a cot and says it's not.
I
much.
give him a wry smile and I say, "Thank you for your kindness.
Yeah.
It goes a long way."
Okay. Yeah. You can give me alertness check.
All right. Uh, 61 out of 50. No.
Okay. Yeah, you get a lot of like just regular small town gossip. People are very curious about you. There's not much to talk about, it's a small town. But you are able to you'll get something. Nobody likes the Heritage Foundation, the Elk Mountain Heritage Foundation. There are complaints about how they don't hire any locals for the office, which seems like a sweet gig. Those jerks, they live out, they don't even live in town. They live at
They're
that
gentrifying our woods. I get it.
Yeah. Well, they live the people who work in the office. There's like 5 of them. And only one of them works the front desk. The other 4 are just in that office. And they don't even live in town. They just come in every day. That's what they bitch about.
I bet they don't even eat at the diner.
No, they do eat at the diner, but they take it to go.
I spit in their food when I get the chance.
Okay. Yeah, give me make a skill check to see how good you are as being fucking working at a small town diner. Dex times 5, intelligence times 5. I don't know.
Charisma.
My best second life.
Yeah.
If I didn't enter the program, this is what would be happening. 70. Dex times 5. No.
Yeah, you're pretty
I
bad at
burned
it.
everything.
Yeah, you're pretty bad at the job. The guy is like, I don't know if this is your line of work.
I tell him, listen, friend, just look at my hands. They could become leather one day, and you could be the proud owner of a man who saved a soul.
Okay, well, we're going to church on Sunday then.
God bless you.
Yeah. Yeah. So all the 2 of you on surveillance duty, see 5 people go in, 5 people go out at night. They lock it up.
And the 4 people, the other 4 that aren't working in the office, from an alertness check or anything, do they look, buff, ex-military? Do they look like a security team, or do they
human? Yeah.
Oh.
-20 because you're just looking at them from a distance, right?
I don't know if I can make that then.
Okay, yeah.
What do I got?
Agent Craven, you could try and make
Sorry,
that.
are we humanting at a distance?
Yeah, humanting to kind of get the vibe of who these people are.
15 pass.
Okay, yeah. They're all men. They're all none of them are too young, none of them are too old. They all look physically fit. They all sort of show up at the same time. They leave at the same time. They kind of check their surroundings before they go in. Before they sweep through the parking garage, or not garage, the parking lot. Basically there's a gravel lot behind the building that they park in. And they go to a vehicle. This is very disciplined. This is very synchronized, coordinated. They don't take smoke breaks. They just stay in the office all day. The 4 of them stay there the entire time. So unusually dedicated and focused.
And do the 4 of them and Scott all leave at the same time?
Yep.
And arrive at the same time? Okay.
Yep.
I'm beginning to think this non-profit isn't legit. As a secondary thought, how resilient do we think the electricity supply to this town is?
What skills do you have to figure that out?
I have mechanic and electrician. We can go down that path.
Roll electrician.
I mean, I don't, so have at it.
I believe
I
you both.
was just thinking if
You
there's no
should
power
not.
to the
That is a
cameras.
critical failure. 66.
Oh,
Okay.
dear God, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. That's
I open up a panel to look at it, and I check myself.
You take a fork.
No,
and
you're
stick
just
it
looking
down.
around, looking at the fucking wires and the poles, right? Like, and yeah, this place is fucking hardened, and they're prepared for anything up here. Yeah, they could. Yeah, it's impossible. It's impossible. You can't do it.
Okay, secondary plan. Do we think there's a way to approach that building without, is there a blind spot in their cameras?
Criminology.
This has gone so well for me. Oh, I got a 1. Wait, 001?
Yeah.
001. Yeah, that's
Is
critical.
that a 1 or a 100?
If
It's a 1.
Yeah. If you got a 10 and then a 0, that would be 100.
I see. Yes.
But
It's a
0,
one,
0, 1 is a
Finally.
a critical success. So
I've got 50,
yeah.
so I should be passing this half the time.
Yeah. The security of that thing is like a conventional security system. So there's motion sensors and cameras, but there are blind spots. If you can pick the lock and disable the burglar alarm, you're in. Like, there's no one, especially late at night. There's no one going to be around. There's not going to be witnesses. Town is dead. Like after 11 p.m. If you can get out the hotel, or you're just waiting outside the hotel so no one sees you, then you just have to make the Casey's can pick locks.
Well.
And then you just have to make a craft electrician check to disable the alarm before it goes off, and then you're in, and then you have access to all their offices.
I mean, we could definitely do that if we're worried about their response or response time. They all
you
lead
could
in the
also
same
give
direction.
me a bureaucracy check to figure out what company they're with, and research their burglar alarms to get a bonus on the electrician check.
Yeah, I'll have a look. Might as well.
That's a 30 out of 30.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah. You figure it out. It's GenSec security. They use this kind of alarm. Here's how you pick it. That'll give you like a plus 30 on disabling the alarm.
Sweet.
Yeah. So, yeah, you don't even make a stealth check to get to the door. You just have to like fucking walk up and pick the lock. And especially if you get in, like, you'll be able to wipe the cameras. You can't imagine they have remote access to this, because secret organization. You don't want to subcontract out your surveillance. Yeah. So what do you want to do next? Do you want to try and break in the office, or you want to do the big hike?
You want to try the office tonight?
I feel like we may as well.
Okay.
If we can do it in a way that doesn't make it obvious that they've been burgled,
That would
be
still
ideal.
be in the restaurant, right? Or the diner.
I mean, you can leave your spare rooms at the diner, so like you could just, and he gives you a key. He's gonna trust your good Christian. He's a good Christian, so he's got to trust you.
Praise Jesus.
Yeah. So yeah,
I walk out. I tell him I'm gonna go look into those elk fellas, and I'm gonna do the good work of God, and I leave.
Wait, what?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Yeah.
We are not
The
there.
town needs to know.
Needs to know what?
Oh my god.
Like, yeah. I'm going to assume that was a joke. So yeah, that would be a little bad OPSEC, they would say. But yeah, so who wants to? Yeah, Casey, you, I think.
Has Casey just decided that actually he's going to fast track himself to prison so that he doesn't have to deal with this anymore? Like,
Oh yeah.
License plates seem pretty nice. No.
Yeah. Give me a criminology check for your lock picking.
All right.
It is.
That is a fail. Double 88. I believe that's a critical fail, correct?
Yep.
oh boy.
Yeah, you break the lock.
I break it inside the door and say something happened.
On the plus side, though, you can just physically break the lock. They're gonna know you're here. Like now, now you can just break the lock. Like you could just smash the lock. You don't have to make a check for that because they're gonna know you're here.
I cough loudly and break the lock.
Yeah. No one's around. Small town. Everyone's asleep. No one's here.
I just don't want my cohorts to know that I failed and make it look like I was still successful.
Yeah, Craven's a little way away, kind of doing the Overwatch thing. Stop coughing.
All right, so whoever's the electrician does need to make the burglar alarm check, though. Plus 30 bonus because you researched it.
Oh my god. 93.
So you failed that?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Burglar, you activated the burglar alarm. So
Is it a silent alarm or is it a noisy alarm?
it is a silent alarm, but it is definitely going to something.
All right. I think I fucked up. Grab what you can quickly, and then we've got to leave town.
All right, yeah.
We need to find where the Which, oh god, try and work out where the security camera footage is stored.
Okay, yeah. Give me alertness checks.
This is so poorly. I love it.
Pass.
Okay, yeah. You find the security DVR essentially. It's like a fucking TiVo, but for security cameras, right? It's a big hard drive with a little thing to go through the
Great.
footage quickly. So
Unplug that.
Yeah.
Pull whatever storage medium is. And take
Yeah,
that away.
it's embedded in it. Yeah, so you can just grab that. Yeah, you see inside a pin board with logistics, materials, and
Photograph
then
everything.
there's a big thing talking about like deliveries, and there are estimated dates. And there are on-site requirements. Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot here. This is like one of the operational nexuses of this place, of this operation. And
Photograph as much as possible very fast.
okay, yeah, you can all give me one. Well, no, you grab the thing, right? Like,
Oh, yeah, that's what
yeah.
done.
So, Casey, what are you going to look for? There's computers, there's paperwork, there's the big pin board that I mentioned.
I'm going to try to find files with pictures on them, with people's pictures. Maybe something that would...
All right, give me search check.
All right. Control V, how could it be? That is a no.
All right, you don't find any. Lucinda.
I want to do a search check to find what look like the most valuable items there that somebody would be stealing, so that it, if we have to try to explain this away, it was just some poor guy, i.e., the guy who just
There are several laptops. Yeah.
Okay, grab some laptops.
They are bolted to the desks.
Craft mechanic, get them out.
I guess just pull them off make it look like you've tried to take them.
Destroy their servers.
Anything else valuable looking.
I mean, craft mechanics. Can I try to steal them?
Yeah, you can be craft mechanic checks to destroy the lock. Yeah, you can lockpick lawyer it.
Those
yeah.
locks are pretty deep.
Did you critically fail?
No, this time not critically.
Okay. Yeah, you don't.
Can I push that roll?
No. So all right, here's one. This is but one round. This is combat timing. So you've all done one thing. The alarm has gone off to someone. You don't know who, because that was too hard to figure out.
It could be someone local, so we need to go.
Yeah.
Or do we want to set fire to this?
I say set fire to this. We have to cover our tracks.
Okay.
No, hang on. Do we want to just make it look like this is an ineffectual burglary and it doesn't really matter?
I mean, that's what I was going for.
Yeah, I think that's probably better,
There's
isn't it?
resentment in the town already. We can make it look like the town did this.
Yeah, or like some local kids or something.
I mean, we're basically going to make it look like Casey did it because the whole town's going to blame him.
All right, this has been round 2. You were all talking about it.
All right.
Round 3, what are you doing?
I'm going to...
Craven, sorry. Yeah.
Craven's going to sweep some random crap on the floor and pull some drawers open and then leg it to make it look like somebody's been looking for valuables.
All right, yeah. You don't have to roll for that. Casey, what are you doing?
I'm going to find something.
You do have lockpicking. You could try get one of the laptops.
Oh, I'm going to try getting one of the laptops.
All right. Criminology.
Control V. I succeed.
You get a laptop. All right.
I hand it to...
well, no.
Lucinda.
I mean... Okay. Lucinda, someone hands you a laptop, or Casey hands you a laptop. What are you doing?
I will take it, but heavy machinery, looking around, is there any way that I can do some actual damage to their facility in a serious way?
You don't have heavy machinery. What heavy machinery?
No, that's what I was wondering. Like if they have like server stacks or like things like that, that I
no, they'd have laptops. Like this is like office work, operational nexus.
Okay.
We can get a bunch of photo and put it in the
when you said this is the heart of their operation, there's like
in terms of like coordinating and administrating an operation that goes across the country with dozens of operatives, right?
Okay, then I am going to take the laptop that was just handed to me and athletics/stealth my way out so that if anybody's coming, they don't see me.
All right, so Lucinda grabs the laptop and runs out. Casey, round 4, what are you doing?
Come on, Lucinda.
You're okay. So all 4
stealth it out there.
All right, all of you give me alertness checks.
We're so ineffectual. Oh, failure.
That is
Hey,
a
critical
whopping
success, finally.
fail.
All right, there's headlights coming up the road up to town.
Time to go the other
Moving
way.
fast.
Athletics to just get somewhere away the quickest.
Yeah. You can all get it there on foot. Like,
I guess we've not got very far to go, have we?
yeah. Are you going back to your hotel? Like,
No,
okay.
I'm not.
All
I'm
right.
going back to my sweet diner room.
All right. You can you can hide in your diner room. You have your own key. Yeah, no one's gonna see you come in or out. What about the other two?
Do you guys want to join me in
having-
my diner room?
I guess running back to the hotel is a bit obvious. So
They have a they like it's after hours now, but you would yes, either they would have a key card system probably. It's a fancy tourist hotel, so they would be logged. But yeah.
So
Yeah.
might as well.
So we
chill
wanna-
out.
not come back for a little while. So
I think we're
Well, the
taking
cars-
the car out.
well, I was gonna say the car's parked nearby. Just get in the car and lie in the car.
I was gonna say get in the car and start heading towards the trail.
Yeah, but if they if they see the car going, they're gonna follow the car.
All right. Both
I mean,
of
yeah,
you,
we can wait. Yeah. In that sense, we'll chill.
Okay, both of you give me a stealth check.
Oh no.
It's going to be opposed.
Yeah, well, that's a failure.
Okay.
Failure.
All right.
Nice spot. Hates me.
Your cars are parked near the hotel, obviously, which is across the street. So you have to cross the street. And the headlights, you get spotted in the headlights. So by a vehicle, it is not a cop car. It is one of the trucks that the dudes who work there operate in. And the truck starts accelerating.
Okay, athletics, get to the car now.
Okay. What about you, Agent Craven? I would say all of you have your handguns. None of you have rifles.
Yeah. How conspicuous is it that we're carrying stuff that we've stolen? Pretty conspicuous?
100%.
Yeah. Right. I guess I'm
Like
just
Lucinda
gonna...
has the laptop in her hands.
Yeah. We're not gonna be able to persuade our way out of this. All right. I guess I'm gonna have to try run for the car as well.
Okay, give me athletics.
That's a failure. Oh, I'm gonna get run down
did
by
you
a
make
car.
it, Lucinda?
I did.
Okay. Okay, well, the truck
Kills us both?
No, he failed his driving check by quite a large margin. Not a critical failure, though. But
That's a shame.
we're quite excited. The driver hits a parked car. Not either of your cars, but the sort of trapping the passenger door, like where it stops.
Oh, no.
And so the driver gets out of it and starts running at the two of you. So what did you fail by? What was the number you rolled, Craven?
60 on athletics, 63.
63, and what'd you roll, Lucinda?
27 out of 65.
Oh, you made it. Okay, yeah. So yeah, he's going after you, Craven. So yeah, there is one of the dudes who works at the office, fit dude, like in his 30s, flannel shirt, jeans, boots. Yeah. I mean, Stark, you don't see him that well, but he is across the street and running and catching up. So this is combat. He has a dex of 10. Does anyone have a dex higher than 10?
12.
Okay. Casey, you
I
hear
made
stuff going on outside. Like a car hit a car. Like, yeah, you can stay hidden there if you want.
No lie. I checked. Is the owner awake because of the car?
The owner doesn't live here. He has a house.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet. Then, yeah, I'm probably going to go check it out, or be like, "Ah, shit." But I'm
Okay.
gonna keep my way to the shadows and use stealth.
Okay. Yeah. You have the diner as cover. You don't have to make a check. You can just peek out the window. Like they have big windows, right? Like, and a lot of cover. So you'll see this at the end of the round.
And I have the hunting rifle in the room, correct?
No, he would not have
Fair
let
enough.
you in with a hunting rifle. You can keep your
That's
handgun
fair.
concealed, but yeah, the hunting rifle would be like, "What the fuck?" No.
Don't worry, it's for the view.
Yeah. No. No. Yeah.
Feral hogs.
Yeah. Let's see here. So yeah, you're not going to act this round, but you'll see what's happening.
Okay.
Lucinda, what is your sir? This is my emotional support hunting rifle. Yeah, that is very good. Lucinda, what's your dex?
11.
All right, so actually, you two both get to go first. So Agent Craven, the dude is catching up to you. He's going to be on you this round, depending on what you choose to do. You can try and outrun him. It'll be an opposed athletics check versus his athletics. What do you want to do?
I suspect
He does not have anything in his hands that you can tell, but you're glancing at him from the back, right? Like you're just looking at him from the periphery. He does not have a gun in his hand, as far as you can tell.
Okay. Do I think he's going to catch me immediately if I don't run fast enough?
Yes, he is very close. He will definitely catch you if you fail if you don't win an opposed athletics check, unless you do something else.
I can't think of another plan, so I'll give it a run.
All right.
This is a terrible choice.
Break glass, make couch.
Oh, I made it. 28 under 30.
Man, he failed his check. So yeah, you have this shot of adrenaline, of fear, courses through you, and your legs suddenly start moving a lot faster. You start getting some distance. He's still close behind you, but he obviously, that little fender bender like crash obviously threw him off balance.
He's probably got whiplash now.
Yeah. Was it? Well, yeah, you don't know. But he is still really determined to get
Hope
you.
he's got whiplash now.
Yeah. Lucinda, what are you gonna do?
I at no point broke stride in that, and getting in the car, unlocking it, starting it.
Okay. You do that. So you hear a car start, Agent Craven. And then at the end of the round, Casey, you see all that happen across the street. And you also see a guy in the crashed truck scrambling to get out from trying to get out through the driver's side, but he was in the passenger side. Because this
is going to be juicy gossip for tomorrow.
I mean, it's obviously going, like, the car crash is going to draw, some people are probably going to wake up and be like, what the fuck is happening? But new round. Agent Craven, where are you running to?
I'm quite near the hotel, right?
Yeah.
Google Maps suggests there is a river next to the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Can I fling the DVR thing in the river as I keep running towards that car?
That'll take one more athletics check and two more athletics checks. One to get there and one to throw it. So that'll be 2 rounds worth of actions, right? Like, so you can get there if you win another athletics check.
I guess I will keep running, yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right, what'd you get?
All zeros.
A critical failure? All right.
Oh my god, no.
All right, you fall, you trip, you take a point of damage, you're stunned, and the guy failed regularly, so he stumbles and is unable to capitalize on it. But yeah, the thing spills out from your hands. It goes under a car because you're in the hotel parking lot, essentially, trying to get behind the hotel.
Quick, Lucy, run him over.
Lucinda, you have the car started. What are you doing?
That actually was what I was going to do. I was going to start driving. I was going to just be like, all right, we have been made. I need to get out of here with the evidence.
Okay.
Just driving at him and trying to get around the SUV.
Well, are you trying to get out?
I'm trying to drive at him. I'm trying to drive at him to clip.
Yeah, that's hitting him. That's not getting away. Those are 2 different things. I want you to know that, right? Like,
those are, yes.
Okay, so you are trying to hit him, though.
Yes. I have a good drive. I'm hoping I can turn it into something.
No, yeah, he already acted. He can't do anything. So yeah, go ahead and if you make a drive check, you hit him. It's not going to be like at top speed, right? But you're going to like knock him down.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
Dice Parser hates me. 78 out of 50.
All right, you crash in another parked car. Like, and the
God.
car alarm goes off. Like,
I'm just watching for the fucking window.
Every game I play here goes so well.
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm a park ranger, not a special forces agent.
Yeah. Well, I didn't tell you what characters to pick, all right? Like, all right. So, Agent Casey, yeah, what are you doing?
The best thing I can do right now.
Okay.
I go downstairs. I make myself.
No, it's a
sandwich.
one-story building. You're
Oh.
yeah.
Well, honestly, I can't. Do I see anybody else approaching that they don't notice?
Yeah, the passenger. He's gotten out now, and he's definitely going to move to help his buddy intercept Craven.
Okay, I'm gonna make my way out the door.
Uh-huh.
And then, are they within earshot distance?
Oh, sure.
I say, Scott, is that you?
All right, roll persuade plus 20 to confuse the hell out of them.
I pass. Big time.
Oh yeah. They both turn and look at you. They're both gonna lose their actions. They're like, "What the fuck?
What the hell is going on?"
Yeah. Well, the passenger certainly said, yeah. They both stop and look at you, and they're both distracted. Yeah. The new round. Agent Craven, you're on the ground. You taste blood in your mouth. And the DVR's under a parked car. You can see it, but yeah, and the guy is right above you. He's not yet grabbed onto you because he stumbled a bit too. It's the same. You both stumbled on the same thing. There's like a big rock in the parking lot that you didn't notice it, but he.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's noise the engine of the crashed car's making.
Yeah. Yeah.
Scramble away as best possible.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you do have a gun too.
Yeah, I didn't want to have to pull a gun yet.
All right, yeah.
I mean, I think we're
Shooting people in the middle of this town.
Sure, that is true. That's true. I don't want to like force your hand, right? Yeah, if you.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
I will pull a gun if they. Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
He's right over you. So
I rolled a 1.
On to do what?
Yeah, bipped him.
To get away with athletics.
Oh yeah. If you're just getting away, that's fine. That's easy. Like, where are you heading? You're leaving the DVR behind, but yeah.
Yeah, my hope is that they haven't noticed it under the dark of the car.
Well, no, of course he saw it. Like, it was impossible for him not to. It's a big thing. It's like the size of a VCR or a Blu-ray, or a TiVo. Like, that's basically what it is. It's like a bunch of hard drives in a little thing, right?
It has been dropped very heavily. Maybe it's broken.
Well, yeah. You don't know. Do you have any computer science?
No, I don't.
Okay, yeah, sure, definitely.
Okay,
yeah,
if he's definitely noticed it, then
you can use that one to grab it and stand up and move back.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so you're not very far, but you have the DVR back in hand. And you're facing. He was distracted, so he doesn't like oppose it this round.
I'm gonna hold it as like an improvised weapon.
Oh, sure.
Preemptively.
Okay. Lucinda, you had a little oopsie there with the car. What are you doing next?
I mean, is the car totaled or
no? You were backing out. Wanged another car. It wasn't a critical failure. It's still drivable. I mean, it has a big visible dent in it, but yeah.
I'll drive towards Craven to try to put the guy off balance and let her get in.
All right. Yeah, it's another drive check.
Come on, Parcel. Let's be friends. Critical failure, 88.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh my god. Agent Craven.
Ross is like, I'll just play test this adventure I've written, and we're not even getting to it. Like, we're just gonna get run over in the middle of town.
Part of the adventure is like it's standard investigative shit, but it's in a remote area, right? Like, that's the difficulty. That's the gimmick for the series. Like, it's all out in the middle of fucking nowhere, and so this is
economically we're gonna fuck this town by how much.
Yeah, I'll give you a dodge check, Craven.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, critical failure. It's bad.
Yeah. No, that's
sorry.
a fail with 72 over 30. So I get
Alright.
punted into the river with the DVR.
Oh no, not the river. You're too far from the river. You
I
didn't get
thought it was
anywhere
quite
near the
close.
river. Yeah, you take 4 damage as the car hits you right in the chest.
I'm going to report this to the British Embassy.
Yeah.
Says American federal agent.
Yeah.
That's my chance to really.
You know what?
confuse
I'll
the
let
guy.
you give me a luck check. If you roll 50 or less, it destroys the DVR, the DVR as well.
48. Yay!
Hey,
It's a Christmas miracle.
All right.
That's my chance to really confuse the security guard and turn to him and yell, "Get in!"
Yeah. At this point, the pastor's like, "What the fuck are you doing here? What's going on?" Yeah. He's talking to you, Casey. He's approaching you.
What do you think? I'm doing all this work at the goddamn diner, and it's the middle of the fucking night, and I hear a crash down, and you're trying to run somebody over? Scott, is this the organization you run?
What? Okay, yeah. Give me another persuade check. Yeah. This is standard though.
Okay, fair enough. Ah, shnikes. That one I did not get.
Okay. With that, unfortunately, he does not. He thinks you're in on it. If you'd made that, he would have thought, "Oh shit, sorry, this is a civilian." But no, yeah, he thinks you're full of it, so he's very suspicious. So he takes a gun out of his hand, out of his belt, and points it at you. You better start telling me some fucking answers. Yeah.
Oh my god, a gun!
Okay.
Deliver beautifully.
Yeah, at this point, people are coming out of the hotel and nearby.
I'm making
buildings.
enough noise. I want to make enough noise where even if he pulls a gun, it's like,
Yeah.
well, now you have witnesses to deal with, and I just can't.
Yeah.
Diner. You have shit.
Yeah, this is the point at which the sheriff is being called. Deputies are definitely en route.
Scott, think about it logically. People are coming.
This is
out.
not Scott. This is not Scott. This is
Oh,
okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Ted, bro.
Yeah, yeah. You don't know this guy's name. This is one of the back office dudes. Yeah.
Do you not know who I am?
He does not. He's
I
never seen
am-
you. Yeah.
I've been working in the diner. Okay, I know this town. I'm the lifeblood. If you mess with me, you're messing with the town. Do you understand? I'm blind.
Yeah. No, I get it. I got the lying part. Yeah. Give me one last persuade check.
That is a double 11 critical success.
All right, he's like, "Shit, we gotta bail. Come on, man!" And so they run for their truck and are peeling out. So it's going to be like 10 minutes before a deputy can get here. It's a remote area, right? So there are people watching, there are witnesses, but like no one's confronting you anymore.
I want the town to look like I stood up against the elk, and they're like, "Wow, this stranger, he's with us." I want to rile up the town and do.
You want to rile up the town? Okay, yeah. You give me another persuade check. Are you plus 20 bonus? Yeah.
That's also a pass at 10 out of 50 or 70.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm rallying the town to know.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
you see what happens here when you stand your ground into the bullies of society. They can't change our ways. I'll see you all in the diner tomorrow. I go back inside.
Yeah. With that, like, you can blame all this entire. Nobody saw exactly what happened, right? You can spin whatever story you want. And
I can say they hit me with that car.
yeah, you can.
The gossip will be thick tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think that Craven, I think we have to get out of here.
Do we?
Yeah, we were specifically told to avoid detection, and they definitely detect. They know that we're onto them. We have hours. We should probably alert our handler and drop that computer off with someone, and maybe go check that path and see what we can see from the cliff.
Yeah, we could get an early start on the hike.
Okay. Yeah, you can just get your shit and go. Yeah.
Or just order an
Yeah.
airstrike. Be efficient
Yeah,
about it.
just shout like, "What the hell is wrong with this town?"
All right.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, all of you. So yeah, if you that's what.
Here I am, a tourist in this town. Some lunatic has hit me with their car and then chased me in the night.
And what's your name and who are you? Oh, you're an FBI agent? Okay. Well, this is interesting. Yeah, like Yeah, you probably
I
don't
am
want to
on
be.
holiday. Yeah.
You probably don't want to
to
be on.
into town. They're
You
kind
don't want to
folk.
be on a police report for sure.
Yeah, no, we'll leave. We'll go.
All
We'll
right.
grab our stuff and get out
Okay.
in our slightly smashed up car. Or we can take the other vehicle.
Yeah, you can take the remnants of the DVR, the laptop, and grab all your shit and check out, or not even check out, just leave, and go back to Cheyenne and drop off the laptop for end analysis, and then you could head up to the Hidden Path Trail, which probably may get no longer. Yeah, they may probably have raised security, so you may want to do that sooner than later. So yeah, everyone, give me another con times 5 check. This has been a long day of watching and working, and now all this bullshit.
Colossally fucking up.
Dice Parchers on my side, 3.
All right.
I fail.
56, but I've got a high one, so that's a success.
If you fail, you lose 6 willpower. This has been an
Oof.
exhausting day. If you make it, you lose half that, so 3.
That makes sense because I did give a rousing speech, and that drained me.
It was very draining. Yeah. So the 3 of you, yeah, just hit the road.
Did we pick up, Casey, I don't want to like railroad you. Like, did you want to stay in town or did you want to go with us?
I think I would show up in the like, what? Are we just immediately leaving?
We are.
I mean, at least Craven and I are definitely. We stole a laptop from them, and they know we're
Okay,
investigating.
then whatever you guys think is best, I will follow.
It's totally up to you. I think we already.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, you would be alone.
Failures. There's no best. Yeah.
Yeah, you would be alone there.
I'd suggest you come with us.
Yeah, it's probably best if I go and I just pretend to be a fry cook for the whole damn thing.
Tell your diner buddy that you're scared by those guys, and
yeah, I mean, you did scare them off without firing a shot, you know. And
I was gonna say, do you have forensics or anything that we can make it look like because you scared them off, they came back and took you out, so that the next day everybody's like, "Oh, those awful Foundation guys."
I don't think we've got time. I think we need to go.
I'm gonna leave a note saying, "Hey, there was some trouble outside with the Elk Lodge. I'll talk to you later." Winky face. As a note to the diner. Thank you for everything.
All right, winky face.
Bill.
Yeah. All right.
The winky face leaves it very confused for you.
Yeah, no, extremely
in multiple
confused.
ways.
Yeah.
I wanted to leave it open ended. If I come back, it's a happy reunion.
So you have to drive down to Cheyenne, drop off the laptop. Kincaid tells you to get rid of the report the damaged vehicle stolen and keep the other car. And then just ditch it somewhere. Just leave it with the keys in the ignition in Laramie or somewhere. And then go straight for the Hidden Path and check out the center area and come right back. Be on guard. They're undoubtedly alert now. So yeah. But they have a lot of ground to protect, and there can't be that. There, even with trail cams, they don't have more. They don't have enough numbers to like. You would need like hundreds of dudes to like protect to well guard this area. They probably have they have a lot of people. Comparatively, they have a few dozen people, right? Probably, but a lot of them are not here. So you've got numbers. So. Yeah, you spend hours doing all this, getting rid of the car, getting laptop, driving to the place to begin your hike. So Lucinda, drinking a lot of coffee, eating some trail, granola bars, trail mix. Got to keep your energy.
Homemade granola again. I'd like to note.
It's all like stuff you got at the REI. It's all like fancy, $5 energy bars. Only the finest. So then give me another navigate check. I'll give you +10 because you've done this. You've plotted this out.
Oh wait, so navigate
for Lucinda. Yeah.
I make the navigate check.
Great. Yeah, you don't get lost. Because you're doing this at basically by the time you get there, it's pre-dawn. Like that was late night when you had that confrontation in the town, like 11 p.m. And now this is like dawn, like 5-6 a.m. by the time you get there on the trail. So, you start hiking, and you start hiking, and it's a long hike. And you did get some rope and shit because you knew the cliff was coming. But let's see, by about 10 a.m. you get to the cliff, and you need to get up, but that's the best way. That's the way that's not going to have any trail cams covering it, because it's a 50-foot cliff, and it's not 100, not straight up, but it's a pretty steep angle. It's
A
not
bit of a scramble.
Yeah. So the easiest thing you could think of, either everyone could just make a standard athletics check to climb up, or Lucinda can make the check and then throw a rope down and give the remaining 2 people plus 20 because there's a rope.
Okay, yeah. Do you guys want to do that?
I
Yes.
trust you.
Okay. Well,
I'm
I
also
don't.
very weak
Dice
in my
Parcel
If
hates-
you trust yourself.
If you trust yourself, I trust.
6 out of 60.
Hell
Nice.
Yeah.
This is why I
That's
hate
a
people
danger.
in like nature. I feel much better out here.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm in my natural element.
There's lots of handholds. It's good weather. It's, it has not rained recently, so it's dry. You have chalk, and you take your time. You don't rush yourself, and you focus on the climb, and you get up. Very good. So yeah, they throw the rope down, and the 2 of you can climb up with the assistance of the rope.
What was the benefit?
Actually, I'll give you plus 30 because you have the rope.
Athletics plus 30. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 25, thankfully. So
All
that's a
right.
pass.
Hold on. Yeah.
Okay. All 3 of you make it. Yay! You will have to go back down, but rappelling's a lot easier. In fact, you won't have to make a check if the rope is still there to go back down, because you'll have to come back the same way. Yeah.
Let's just kind of coil that rope at the top, though, so it's not super obvious.
Okay.
Yeah, can we do that, or is
Yeah. That's a very good idea. I hadn't even thought of that myself. So, but you continue to walk and hike, and you use your little signal detector thing to see where the trail cams are, and you eventually get to the part where there are going to be some trail cams in the area. So first off, you can give me a SIGINT check.
Okay.
To see if you can zero in with just the device.
75. Nope.
Okay. They're in the vicinity, but you can't tell where. So all of you can give me alertness checks.
SpaghettiOs.
16. Success.
Okay.
39, success.
25 success.
Okay. Between all 3 of you, you see 2 trail cams. They're basically little plastic camouflage, they're plastic boxes with camouflage patterns painted on them, banded to a tree pointing in a direction. And they have, but you see 2 of them. They are spread out far enough that you can get around any one, but you have to just go up behind one. Well, here's the thing. You can take one down easily. You can't. You can't move on until you deal with at least one of them.
Is one of them placed in such a way that like it's by a tree or on a tree or anything?
They're all both on trees. They're
Okay.
tied to trees.
Can I break a branch in such a way that it looks like it naturally just fell in front of the camera?
That would be athletics. That would
Do
be.
they transmit video, or is it just?
They are motion sensor. Most trail cams are like motion sensor. So like when they detect motion, they start recording and broadcasting video and send out an alert. So so these things have to be monitored and have to have their batteries swapped out every couple days. They have rechargeable batteries, so they probably just every other day have a dude come out and swap the batteries out.
That's intense.
Yeah, requires a lot of manpower. There's probably like a full-time job for a team of people. So yeah,
I got a 7 out of 60.
okay, yeah. You now have one narrow path you can take in and out that is not going to have that you can get around. So that's the thing. You have to take this exact path to avoid any other path. There may be trail cam spotting you. So, yeah.
I rest at the bonfire and save my progress.
But yeah, you continue on, and eventually you get in the landlocked zone, the public land surrounded by this private land owned by Maxwell Kinney, and you can all give me alertness checks. Actually, yeah, alertness. Yeah.
You know, we should have just bought a drone.
Yeah, that would have
33 critical success.
Oh shit!
23 out of 60, but that's not a critical.
51.
Wait, we're rolling against alertness, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's very good. You hear a generator in the distance, and you listen in and hear the rhythmic thumping of a generator. And you look and you can see a clearing up ahead. And the generator must be built into. You realize there's a clearing with a massive hole in the middle of it. And that's what you can see.
Is it just a dirt pit, or are we talking?
You
like
can't
it's got,
from
like,
this distance. You can't tell much
can't
about
really
it.
tell. I was just trying to see if it had like a stone lip on it or anything.
Lucinda, you kind of look, and it looks like a sinkhole that is dried out. So, yeah, more stony than dirt. Like stone with a lot of dirt on it, obviously, because it's a clearing in a forest. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, so that is where the sound of it, like a gas generator, is on.
Are there folks around?
Not that you see. Not right now. It is probably 2 p.m. Very sunny.
We can check it out, or we can make camp and wait.
This is a dumb question, but do we know what Maxwell Kenny looks like?
Yeah.
All right, never mind.
Old, craggy dude, weathered face,
So we couldn't lie about being Maxwell Kenny ourselves.
None of you took disguise. None of you prepared a fucking Mission Impossible mask. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna wash. I think we might as well try and get closer now. If there's not visibly people around now, that's not going to improve.
Okay. Yeah. You can approach on foot easily. You can get to the tree line without much of an issue. But if you want to get into the clearing and look over into see what's in this pit, sinkhole, that would be a stealth check because that's a clearing, right? You'd be belly crawling and yeah.
I guess go to the tree line and assess it again.
Okay, yeah.
From where we are before, would a search check help us to know if there's any activity in a different direction or going on elsewhere? Smokes?
Well, you can't search very well because you basically have one narrow area is free of trail cams. If you're searching requires you going around in an area, right? So it's hard to search. You can get to the tree lines and I'll give me another alertness check. Yeah.
And you said we can see smoke in the clearing?
Yeah, there's some smoke from the gas generator.
This is going to sound also very dumb. Is it possible to tell if the smoke's generating drugs or anything else that would be that is accustomed with boiling a bunch of drugs or burning something?
You mean does it smell like something in particular?
You get to the tree line and it smells like exhaust faintly. So internal combustion engine, a diesel engine, a gas generator running. Yeah. It's consistent with that. No weird odors. Yeah.
Past alertness at the tree line.
Okay. There is a there's actually a bit of infrastructure built into the sinkhole. There is actually a little lift. Kind of like a lift gate, but built into the side of the opposite end of the sinkhole, where they can lift and lower and raise a metal platform into the sinkhole. And there's also a ladder on nearby, bolted into the side of the sinkhole.
Okay, so it's not a closed lid or anything. Do you two want to go stick your heads over the edge and have a look, and I'll stay here and provide cover
Oh, you also see a little pipe coming up from the ground, and you can tell that's where the exhaust from the gas generator is being let out of. Like, so they drilled a hole. You can tell from that there's stuff like there's a sinkhole lit, entrance, but like there's stuff underneath it spreads out underground. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, that's what you see. You don't see anybody in sight, and the gas generator is pretty loud, so you don't have to worry about noise. But yeah, you don't see anybody, but there might be trail cams pointing at the pit. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, out of character, I don't know if we need to find something in the pit and tell them, or if just the pit is enough to go back to our handler and be like, "Yep, send in a team."
Intelligence times 5. You can all make that. Yeah.
Pretty sure they're going to tell us to check what's in the pit. 22 critical success.
92, definitely a failure.
They need to know what's in the pit so they know what
Yeah.
to bring to destroy it, right? Like, is it dudes? Is there a big door?
Is there a portal to
Is
somewhere?
there a portal? Do they need?
They're
flamethrowers?
called bunker busters. They take care of most things.
You cannot use a bunker buster in the continental United States. All right, that's really.
I
hard.
mean, it's called an earthquake. They happen
Not
every
with
day.
that, I think.
Not in Wyoming. Yeah. So a little far from a tectonic plate.
All right.
So
I
the
think.
deep state wants you to think.
Fracking is just getting out of control.
Not in public land in
Exactly.
Wyoming.
Just kidding.
You thought of everything, haven't you?
Okay.
No.
Okay, I think we're going down the pit, but via the ladder.
Okay. Yeah, you
Well-
can. Yeah.
Do we have to search or alertness for like trail cams that might be pointed at the ladder?
You all made your alertness checks, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there's actually 3 of them from
Oh.
3 different angles, and they're all high up. They're each like on a tree 20 or 30 feet up. And these are wired. Actually, these are wired though. Yeah. They all have cables feeding into underground, so they're probably being powered by the gas generator.
Is anyone a computer expert on the team?
No.
I have electrician and mechanics, but that hasn't gone well for us so far.
I mean, you can just cut the power. You lose. I mean, they're going to lose the camera, but
I mean, there's always maybe put it on a loop, so it looks like it's sharing the same.
you'd have to access
We do
something
not have
at
the
least.
equipment
You'd have to
to do
climb a tree 20 feet up.
I use my squirrel boots, and I climb.
Yeah,
It's fine. Just walk confidently like we're meant to be here.
Yes. My name is Maxwell Kenny. I own this place.
Like we can mess up the generator by blocking the exhaust pipe. If we want.
Yeah, eventually, yeah,
But
you don't
That'll
know.
take a while though.
Yeah.
Let's just go down the pit. It'll be fine.
Okay, yeah. If you just are quick, I mean, it doesn't seem like anyone's around.
If it's wired to here, well, if people come and get us, we'll just.
are you crazy?
FBI.
Yeah. You guys go down the pit. I'll stay here in the bushes.
Okay, yeah, you can stay here in the bushes.
Sure.
I
So,
love being alive.
Provide Overwatch.
all right. Yeah, I assume at this point you all have your rifles too. Like, I'm not gonna make you roll for that. So yeah, Craven and Lucinda, you can give me what do you call it? Stealth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big surprise. That's a failure.
Was it a critical failure?
No.
I think that's a success or a failure by 3. Let me find out.
Okay.
No, failure by 3.
Okay. Yeah. You don't. No one like yells at you or shoots at you. You just get to the ladder. It leads down into an open area. The sinkhole opens up into a tunnel. But there's like a large, actually into a large underground chamber that leads to a tunnel. So the underground chamber, there's like a circuit box. There's a gas generator. You can tell it's a pretty robust infrastructure. There's lights strung up here. There's tools for digging. There's lumber, other materials. There's also a human-sized cage with dried bloodstains. So both of you give me a sand check for violence because that's the worst thing there.
Oh no, it's exactly what we expected.
Yep.
That's a failure. but not
Pass.
critical.
Okay. That's a failure. And yeah, so it's 1 if you fail.
Is the elevator currently at the top or the bottom?
At the bottom.
That would have been a good question to ask 5 minutes ago, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, never mind. Sweep and clear.
Yeah. Yeah, there's only one way forward, the tunnel, which is lit up. They have like a string of lights, like I said, leading forward. You can feel a rush of cool air coming from the tunnel.
I mean, before we go, do we plan on coming back up? Should I destroy the elevator or at least slow them down?
I assume we have walkies, right?
You know what? Yeah, that would be reasonable. Yeah, you have walkies, secure radios. Yeah,
Like
you have SIGINT trained, so you
Yeah.
can set up.
We might need that elevator to get out of here if this goes poorly. So
I mean, the ladder's faster. Like this is like think like a modified truck lift gate. I don't know if you've seen those, but those are pretty solid. They're
I just
it's just a
assumed-
metal.
I'm
flat.
sure the ladder is easier. I just more mean if one of us is very badly injured. But
Oh yeah, if you get fucked up, that's your only way out. Yeah, no, that's true. You're right. That's true.
And is there any free vehicles around this area? While
No,
they're
there
going down the
no, there are no vehicles here. There are a lot of vehicle trails though. This is where all the vehicles were being like. Yeah, there's truck, ATV.
well, there might not be anybody here then.
Yeah, there's no vehicles here now.
even for maintenance or anything like that, because usually they would have, like, if there's a compound, there's at least one truck. That's
well, there's no compound nearby. Like,
fair. Okay.
you can with your knowledge of criminology, yeah, this is the thing they don't want anyone to know about. They built a compound that you can see with a satellite, right? This is just a sinkhole. Like even the metal elevator and thing is like concealed or like camouflaged from above. It's all covered in dirt. It's all painted the same color as the dirt. It all just looks like dirt, right? It looks like there's just a hole in the ground.
Well, the only way I would just assume, like, they would have a backup plan if something went to hell. They would have an escape vehicle, but that's me being hopeful.
Nah.
Also, is that house rule still applicable? Because I rolled a 69
On what?
I thought you told me to roll for criminology.
Oh yeah, criminology. Yeah. Well, yeah. Sorry. Your knowledge of criminology, is letting you know, like, the compound is probably Maxwell's mansion, which is the closest building to this place, which is on his land, about a couple 2 hours hiking away. So, or probably about 10 minutes on an ATV.
That's what I would assume.
And there is a path big enough between this mansion and here for a pickup truck. So about 10 minutes by vehicle. So
Okay.
yeah.
How good are you with guns, Lucy?
I'm comfortable with them.
Okay.
Yeah, I imagine as a park ranger you would be. So cool.
I mean, out of character, I've only got 40, but I imagine she feels comfortable with a rifle.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm at 50, so.
All right. So the two of you are marching in.
I mean, I was trying to be subtle about it, but yeah, I mean, we're here.
All right.
now.
Stealth checks then.
I mean, so you don't want me to do anything to the elevator there?
I don't think it's worth doing.
All right. 40, right on the dot.
Yeah, failure again from me. I've only got 10 in stealth, so.
Okay. Yeah. You make some noise.
Yeah. That's an ominous noise.
Cool.
That's a luck roll.
Maybe.
Cool. I guess we just proceed down.
Yeah. So it opens up. So the tunnel leads down at a steep angle, and there's a rush of cool air that gets more and more pronounced the farther down you go. In fact, by the time it terminates in an open chamber. Actually, no. There's like a door. There's like a plastic and like wooden frame built into the tunnel. But like the air is pushing out. There's like a grate to let the air in and out, so it's not just building up and knocking. But the door is ajar, and you can hear this like rhythmic, almost like sound of wind coming in and out, almost like breathing. And both of you can give me alertness checks.
19 under 70.
Okay.
9 out of 60.
All right, you made some noise, but whoever is in there did not hear you because there is a for lack of a better term, a prayer going on. And you hear, "Oh, holy sages of Kenyani, please show me what I must do to prove worthy of the pilgrimage to Soth, so that I may pray, so that I may be proven worthy of Shithagwe, of Nyarlathotep, of Azathoth, of Tulu. Please, I have given you so much. I have served so long, and I truly wish to know your blessings. I know I am not the first in line, but I surely am worthier than he is. I have done. I would kill so many. If only there were sacrifices, I would give them to you now. Soon more will come, but I am the heart of this operation, not him. I deserve more. Please, Kenyani, please give me the power. I deserve it. I have seen so much of your wisdom. I wish to know true knowledge." And it goes on
Oh,
and
he's
on.
really into it. Well, while he's doing that, is the crack big enough to stick, say, a smartphone with the camera end pointing through it and just hitting video record?
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, sure.
And then seeing on our side if we can see who it is on the little camera.
Well, there is an enormous pit leading straight. There's a man praying at not even a pit, like a yawning abyss into darkness. There are lights there, but they are dim. And there's a man kneeling in like jeans and a flannel shirt, and he is prostrating himself to the abyss.
Well, I guess that's what's happening here.
Russia, man.
I think that's...
What do we see?
Yeah, I mean that's what you see, like through the
Oh
phone.
no! I was just asking Craven because she was the one putting the phone.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, what do you think? Do we just push him in? Like, do we go home and tell them, or because we've been made, do we like do something?
I mean, we were told not to act on this quite specifically. So, do I think that this is enough information for the program? We haven't passed any of the rooms, have we?
There are no other rooms. Like, there's the mansion. Like, this is like the opening chamber, the tunnel, and then this pit, this abyss. Not even. Yeah, I should call it the abyss. Yeah.
Is the generator in the abyss room?
No, it's in the opening chamber. Like, it's off to the side. Yeah.
There's no sign of where those trail cameras come out then.
What they connect to? Yeah, it's not here. It must be at the mansion.
In that case, I think we should leave.
Okay. Yeah.
This might be the best opportunity to end this, whatever this is.
Well, that dude is definitely not Maxwell Kinney.
Oh, okay.
He is younger. In fact, you think he might be one of the dudes from last night.
He might be trying to usurp Maxwell Kenny. Maybe we could offer him help.
We're not meant to interfere in this company. We're meant to find out what they're doing and then go. And what they seem to be doing is sacrificing people to the named deity.
I mean, you got him on camera saying Nyarlathotep, a very big buzzword.
Yeah, I feel like some of those are probably words that we don't want to know. I think it's more important that we get out with this information, because if the trail cams don't come down here and they go back to the house, we're on a very short timer until a bunch of guys with ATVs show up.
You're right. All right, let's go.
All right.
All right.
And if it's not adequate, I guess they can send us back.
Yeah, both of you give me stealth checks again. Meanwhile, Casey, give me an alertness check.
My alertness. Do I get a plus 20 from being in the bushes?
It's actually a very loud sound, although it's pretty far away. So yeah, I'll give you plus 20.
I make it.
Yeah, there's a vehicle approaching. A truck, a pickup truck.
I
sounds
go,
like.
Hey, guys, we got a truck coming in. It's very loud.
16. I did pass the stuff.
Okay. What about you?
I did not, but I only failed it by a little bit.
Okay. Well, the guy does not hear you, so he.
I'd be surprised if he did through a mostly shut door.
Yeah, well, he had a chance. I got a roll for him, but he rolled like shit. So, right. You two get that. What are you gonna do? it's a pretty long tunnel. So,
Start jogging.
all right, athletics.
Oh my god, I made it.
Okay.
I made it as well. 53
All right.
out of 60.
All right, both of you get up there pretty quickly, back up to the surface. You have about like by the time you get up there, because you're jogging and then you went up the ladder, probably about 2 minutes before you can already kind of see the motion through the trees. It's probably about 2 minutes out. So it is between you and your path out. So yeah, it is one pickup truck. It looks like it's not. I mean, it's they're going as fast as they can. Well, you can't tell how fast they're going. Like it's hard to tell. It's through the trees. It's in the distance. Yeah.
If somebody's watching the trail cams back at the house and giving them directions, if we run in slightly the wrong direction from where we want to go, maybe they'll go that way and then we can loop round. Do we think that would work?
Is it possible to give a bonus, since I've been watching outside, to be like, hey, guys, go this way instead of this way, to help them kind of avoid things?
Well, you're all back up on the surface together. So, this is sort of like combat, or not quite combat time yet. You have a little time to act. So you could either try and run and get to your thing and just outrun them because you know the path and hope you can lose them in the trees. You could set up an ambush, or try to set up an ambush, or you could try and misdirect, like you were talking about. So,
I mean, we have like 2 minutes.
Yeah, at most. Yeah.
What's your feeling, Park Ranger?
I mean, honestly, we know that they don't have that much manpower. Ambush was probably our best bet to at least hold off the initial force. We don't know if there's reinforcements coming.
Here's a crazy idea.
Put
A couple rounds inside of the warehouse to make it seem like there's a firefight going on inside, so they have to approach very apprehensively instead of just going out guns blazing. If they think we're inside fighting someone or something, they're probably going to be like, okay, now we need to lock down this area.
I think somebody back at the base could be reporting to them on the trail cams, so they can probably see what we're doing.
You could cut the cables to the trail cams in the 2 minutes that you have.
We already know that they're there, so yeah, we should cut the cables.
All right, well, that's all you have time to do. There's 3 trail cams. There's 3 of you. Each of you can run over there, cut a cable, and get to cover.
All right.
All right.
I think we probably do that.
Okay. Yeah. You each cut a trail
unless
cam. Yeah.
Everybody else objects.
No.
I mean, if we want to like try to then meet up elsewhere, I think Casey's idea about starting a small fire and leaving some rounds of ammo in there and letting them cook off and have people think.
Well, you don't have time to like debate this endlessly. So like, I'm going to ask you, what are you doing? That is what you're doing for the next 2 minutes.
I'm running to a closed space, firing off my couple rounds, and then running back into the forest, making my way back to the trail.
Whoa, like, what do you mean by an enclosed space? Like, you're on the surface. You've always been on the surface. Like, are you climbing
I'm just
down?
going to unload a couple bullets near the area of the what's it called, the pit?
The sinkhole.
Yeah, to make it sound like it's being shot into it or around it at least. So at least they're hesitant. And then I'm going to start making my way out.
So you're going to the sinkhole, shooting into the sinkhole, and then trying to escape?
Yeah, just firing a gun off basically does sound like there's a gun in the middle of this area. It's like a... Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. So you walk over to the pit, and you take out your gun, and you're shooting it into the pit. It sounds like, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Agent Craven, what are you doing?
Casey's doing that. I'm just going to book it back the way we came.
All right. Lucinda, what are you going to do?
I'm going to try to either book it back the trail that we know is not covered or stealth to it.
Okay. Well, which is it? Stealth or running?
I book it till I can, all
right. Both of you. All right. Agent Craven and Lucinda, both give me athletics. And then Casey, you fire off a round into the pit, and the truck stops. Like almost immediately, like they heard the gunshot. I mean, it's a gunshot. Like it's very noticeable. So yeah, you can see a blur of motion. They stop, and looks like you can kind of tell that both of the people in the truck got out.
So 2. All right. I walk. There's 2 people in the truck. Can't confirm.
No, they're not in the truck. They got out.
Shit.
Yeah. Like they thought they were under fire.
Yeah, no, I'm running away now.
Yeah. All right.
Skeet, gotta go.
Okay, so you're all running on your own, basically. Well, Lucinda and Craven are together, so
I'm sticking with the person who knows the way.
yeah, Lucinda, did you make your check?
Yeah, 30 out of 60.
Craven, did you make your check?
No.
Okay, you're lagging
flagging.
behind. Lucinda, are you gonna wait for Craven?
This is why I tried to get you to go running with me in the morning.
We've only known each other for 3 days.
Yes.
So, are you going to?
I mean, yeah, I'm going to drop back. She's the one who has the actual.
All right,
info
you're
we need to get
walking.
back.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, Casey, you can catch up to them because they're walking.
Hey guys.
All right, all three of you give me alertness checks.
Uh-oh.
It's probably really important.
I make it. Oh no, wait, I didn't make that. Sorry, I'm
So
not a
rolling
30.
a 99
Yeah, I
at
made
this
it.
moment would be poor, right?
99. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm doing
I
great.
did make it. I got a
What's
30
not to
again.
like?
Okay, you got a 30. And what about you, Casey?
I succeeded in failing.
You failed.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so Lucinda, you see one of them in the trees. You're all in the underbrush. You're all in the forest now, and having a gunfight because one of them pops up and is looking to aim, and it looks like he's aiming at Craven. So, what are you gonna do?
I guess I'm going to try to return fire.
Okay, you can shoot first. Give me a firearms check. Negative 20. All firearm checks are gonna be a negative 20 because you're in the fucking woods.
Okay. Well, then I got to make a 20. So let's see what happens.
Okay.
56. Nope.
All right.
I was going to say, can we say I'm not alert because I'm texting a copy of the video to the other two?
Yeah. A shot nearly hits you. Explodes a branch near you. Yeah, give me a sand check to hold on to your phone.
That is a failure.
All right.
What's
Phone
the
drops
eight
in the
over 54?
woods. In the under, you lose it. All right, now we're in combat. Yeah. So, Agent Craven, you have the highest dex.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do?
Shoot back.
Give me an alertness check. Oh no, he shot at you. So yeah, you see where one of them is.
All right. That is 18. That's
Yeah, does that even with the negative 20?
yeah, I've got 15 firearms typically.
Yep. Cool. Let me see what a hunting rifle does. Actually, it is a little heavier than a standard agent or a standard M16 type of gun.
It is designed to kill mammals, so
Mhm. Well, so are M16s, but
yeah,
hey,
more specialized.
here we go. Firearms. Heavy rifle. 1d12 plus 2.
Holy shit.
Okay, let me check. This is a 12. Yeah.
This is definitely not you're not. This is like a civilian semi-auto. So yeah, you're not firing bursts or anything. But yeah, it's like a 30-06 or something.
Oops, that landed badly.
Oh, no. We definitely bought Dragon's
Oh.
Blood ones.
I got a 12.
Oh, he dead.
He's gone.
He dead
Headshot.
as
No.
fuck. Yeah. Yeah. Roll sand.
Sorry.
Bum,
This
bum,
whole
bum.
fucking adventure is amazing.
You know, I don't make it.
All right, you just murdered somebody.
I did. I'm a federal agent. Surely I do this
yeah.
all the time.
No, that's 2. Yeah, 2 sand
Yeah.
and a sand check for violence. Yeah, no, I mean you're definitely defending yourself, but holy shit. Yeah.
Wow, that guy's just gone.
He is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, making. Oh, you just pull the trigger and ended a life. Like that is. Yeah. Not great. For you.
The
Yeah.
handler said we could.
Yeah, you could use it to finish yourself. He wants you to come back. So, Lucinda, what are you gonna do?
Since I'm the one who fired the shot before, they might know where I am. So I'm going to try to, sniper tactics, stealth away from my position and find a new place.
And give me a stealth check.
Come on, please. No.
Okay.
72.
All right. Casey, what are you doing?
Did I see her phone drop?
Sure.
I'm
You
gonna
don't
look
see
for the
exactly
phone.
where. You have to make an alert. You have to spend your action to like look for it.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. I'm gonna spend
Alright.
my action.
Yeah. Alertness.
That's a pass.
All right. Yeah. You find it. All right. New round. The guy you didn't see because he made a stealth check and no one beat his roll. Is going. It spent the last round aiming at Agent Craven, and is now going to fire without a
Probably
penalty.
should have worn a bulletproof vest under all this hiking kit.
And critically fails with a 77.
Oh my god!
You all hear a loud clicking somewhere.
Oh dear.
Yeah, his
Scott,
rifle,
is that you?
his rifle jammed, and he did not fire, so you don't see him. You can spin around to look for him, but he's still hidden. But yeah. There's one shooter who, you just heard a loud click. If you make a firearms check, you would recognize his gun jam. If you don't make it, you don't know what the fuck happened.
Are you suggesting we roll a firearms check?
Yeah. Just roll firearms. It's just like an instinctive. Do you know enough about guns to recognize that sound?
55 critical failure. Oh my god!
I succeed.
He exploded.
32 under 50. I guess this doesn't have the penalty because it's noise.
15 out of I believe 50.
All right. Well, if at least
That's
one
pass.
of you. So if you make it, you make it. Agent Craven, what do you want to do?
Try and work out where he is to shoot him.
That would be an alertness check. It'd be for full action to monitor try and spot him. It'd be an oppose versus his new stealth check. So.
Yeah, 54 under 70.
You see him, but that's it. That's you see him now, so you can shoot him next round.
I can point at him like
that gives other people a +20 on their action to spot him, but it's not automatic because again, it's the forest. So, Lucinda.
I mean, I got a critical failure on my firearms check, so I'm going to interpret that as me hearing the noise and thinking he's out of ammo.
Okay.
So I stopped trying to stealth and I just charge right at him for a clear shot.
Okay, point blank.
Well, just like as soon as he's within view, take a shot with the rifle.
Okay, did you make your alertness check to see him? Or no, you didn't. You didn't yet spin the round.
I thought because she was yelling and she. Was
you get a +20. It's still the forest. Okay. Like there's.
All right. I'll make
it's a big check. He's wearing camouflage clothing, like not like he's not wearing a ghillie suit, but like camouflage shirts and
I got a bonus on that.
Yeah, +20.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn it! Nope, still not enough. 77 then. Critical failure.
Yeah.
Another critical failure.
Yeah, you can't really critical failure alertness. You just fail. Yeah, you just look like an idiot. Let's see here. Casey.
I have the evidence, right?
Yeah.
I'm getting out of there. I'm heading back to my diner and live my life.
Yeah, give me a navigation check.
Should it be survival or navigation?
I'd allow either one. +20 because you walk this path and it's still daylight.
That is a success. 16.
16. Okay. Yeah. With that, you're making your way downtown.
Moving fast.
My way downtown. Yeah. Sorry.
All right. Let's see here. New round. He is going to try and hide again because he is realizing he is outnumbered and he has not very good at it. He is moving and trying to clear his rifle and panicking. So, Agent Craven, you have a clear shot.
Bang, bang.
All right, you can do this at base because he failed the stealth check. He went out of cover.
Sadly, I miss.
Okay. Lucinda.
Alertness to know where he is?
No, you see him now. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay. Then I'll take a shot.
Yeah.
Damn you, dice bot. 89. Nope.
All right. Pew, pew.
I'd let him go, but he knows which way we're going.
Yeah. Casey, you're just gone. You're just going. Making distance. Are you running, walking, stealthing?
Making good pace, texting the handler that the drop off will be at the diner.
Okay. He's telling you no. Go to Cheyenne.
Never. I mean,
You are never to go back to Elk Mountain.
never. Oh.
Never. You are never show your face there again. You have been burned there.
I built a community. Okay.
How long does it take to walk out of this again? Several hours, right?
Yeah, hours before
Just
you get to
thinking,
the
there's
cliff.
a pickup truck.
Well, yeah, you could get to the pickup truck and take that to the cliff. Yeah, I'd allow that.
Let's see how it goes with shooting this guy, though.
All right.
I'm just gonna make my way. I'm just getting out there.
Let's see if he fixes his gun. See, no, he is.
Really bad at guns.
Yeah, he is going over to his dead comrade and grabbing his gun. Well, yeah, I'll say he does that this round. So yeah, new round. Graven, you have another shot.
Bang bang.
All right.
Critical failure.
All right. A lot of guns jamming.
It's all this dirt.
Yeah, no, it's these are rifles you just bought. You haven't gone to the range to test them out. You haven't done any maintenance on them. Yeah.
This is what happens when you buy under the counter rifles.
Yep, basically. Lucinda.
Do I still have a clear shot?
Yeah.
Okay, then I will fire.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. 7.
All right. D12 plus 2.
Okay. 12.
All right. He's definitely dead.
Hey.
Yeah.
10 plus 2. 10 plus
Yeah.
2.
Yeah. No, he goes down. Even if he had, you'd have to have at least 15 hit points to not be knocked out or bleeding to death from that, which he definitely does not. I think he had like 13 hit points. I'd have to look it up, but yeah, 1 hit point, you're unconscious. So yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yep. Yeah. With that, all of you just give me athletics checks.
It turns out we were the kill team.
You need to get out. You need to get out of here in a hurry because
Yeah.
dudes are converging on your position. But
Failure.
yeah. All right.
Success. Guest on the line.
Mhm.
Do I get any bonus for being ahead?
Yeah. Plus 20.
All right, I still fail.
Okay. Yeah. You're all sort of like Lucinda. You can leave him behind if you want.
This is why you should jog with me. I think since I have a better chance of getting out of the forest on a different path, I'll try to lead it a different direction.
All right. I mean, the trail cams will show you, but you've already been blown.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a new navigate check or survival, whatever's higher.
I make it.
All right. Yeah. You could just take a more beeline route to your car. Yeah, that'll buy you some time. Let's see how they do. Pursuit.
Oh no, there's some mine on this. Yeah.
Yeah, you in the distance you can hear vehicles, ATVs. They're making progress towards you, but they are it's a big forest, right? So yeah, give me and you can avoid the cliff because you don't give a shit about the trail cams anymore. So let's see here. This would be one last athletics check for everybody. If you fail, anyone who fails this will have to face something.
1.
What the shit?
I just go Terminator.
Yeah, with the critical, you'll get a bonus.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
95.
All right.
I have rolled a 66.
Critical failure. You can negate that critical failure and catch her from hurting herself.
Can I negate my failure by yelling at people in my real life?
No.
Oh.
So, Lucinda, for your critical success, you could use that to grab.
Well, I'm not
Agent
with
Craig.
them, can I?
Oh, or you were just going on ahead, weren't you? Okay.
Yeah, I was taking a different path to draw away from them.
All right. Okay. Are you letting them follow you, or are you just fucking off?
Oh no! The idea was like to buy them time so that they could stay off the trail cam. I was gonna go just a path.
Oh, you're leading the enemies away.
Double back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. In that case, you actually do you realize with the critical success. They don't have to roll. Critical success. You realize you can lead them towards the cliff and then rappel down, and then they can't follow you on any ATVs because it's a fucking cliff, right? Of course, they'd have to dismount and get to you on foot, but that's that's the other thing is of course you're leaving a rope up there, so they can rappel down after you, but of course then they're rappelling down and you can just shoot them. So as they rappel down, that would be pretty test of their mettle. So you do that because that that leads them away. So it comes down to you, Lucinda. You rappel down. You don't have to roll for that. And you can hear the ATVs. There's 2 ATVs, and they stop. And you can see a dude with a helmet, ATV helmet, looking at the thing. Are you going to take a shot at him to try and, or are you just going to keep running to get more distance?
Because
I
will take a shot at them just to even discourage them, because I mean, it's hard to want to go down.
Okay. All right. Take a shot. Negative 20.
The gunfire. Oh, 26 made it.
All right. I'll roll damage.
Shame you didn't crit succeed and shoot the rope.
10 plus 2, 12 again.
All right. You kill one of them. One of them does hit you, though. So,
okay.
Yeah. What does that do? He's not using a hunting rifle. He's using an M16 or, AR-15. That is just a standard D12. So we'll see if Lucinda lives.
Good luck.
Nope.
No. Oh no.
Yep. Lucinda is shot in the head.
I would like to point out that Ross does have a tradition of killing any character I play in DG.
Actually, no, you'd have some cover from a tree.
Oh no, come on! It's usually headshots.
Yeah,
I'm totally down with this.
I was just
going
to see,
so fun to have the tree explode next to your head.
What's your starting hit points?
12 exactly.
Okay, yeah, you'd be knocked out either way. Yeah, with a couple points of cover. Yeah, you're dead.
Oh
yeah.
come on! No, this is enemy at the gates. We both, or I sniper shot the one guy through the hole in his helmet, his visor, and then the other guy gets me through my scope.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. The other guy gets you. So yeah, but the two of you, Agent Craven and Casey, get to the vehicle, and you hear some gunshots in the distance, and how long but you need to go,
As soon as they diverted path, I assumed they were already dead.
Okay. All right. The two of you head back to Cheyenne because that's the only thing you can do.
We'll kind of click the walkie-talkie twice and just get nothing back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We'll send one person down. But the two of you get back, and the video is very convincing. They are going to send in the heavies. They are going to. Kincaid says we have some field operators, and given the remote area, they will be equipped for loaded. They'll be appropriately armed. But this is very convincing. We'll have to bring demolition charges to bury this, whatever that is. You made the world a safer place. And Lucinda's sacrifice will have to be kept silent. She will have to go missing on her vacation into Alaska.
Perhaps later, when they've been dealt with, and presumably the company will need to be legally shut down. It could turn out they had murdered a park ranger trying to gain access to public land or something.
We'll work on something, but you need to get back to your lives. You were never here. This never happened.
Elk Mountain, never heard of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was checkerboarding.
Hooray!
Yay!
Sorry, Lucy Loops.
Yeah.
Poor Lucinda.
Poor Lucinda. Took one for the team.
Hey, as I was saying, she becomes a famous 411 case where it's like she was on vacation in Alaska, but her body was found shot in Wyoming.
Oh no, her body's never found. They don't turn over the body. They throw it into the abyss. What else are they gonna do? They're good fucking cultists.
Expert park ranger never found.
Mm-hmm.
Does Chautauqua eat dead bodies? I have no idea.
Well, I mean, it doesn't even get to Chautauqua. It's the Kenyani from the.
Oh.
If you read the story, the Mound.
Yeah,
It's or the spoilers for the scenario that's been out for 7 years now. Sentinels of Twilight. Yeah, it's those dudes. So yeah, Maxwell Kinney is an archaeologist. He found this pit, this abyss. Made contact with him, and they wanted people for reasons. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And they gave him gold for it. So that was the thing. If you made your check to figure out the finances of the company, that Midas company, they were just selling gold that they never explained how they got it. So they were just.
I mean, I assumed it was gold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clues in the name.
Yep. And so they had about 50 people altogether. It was a cult, obviously. Maxwell taught them that you could basically this superhuman immortal race of giants would eventually welcome you into their fold if you just do what they want. But there's 50 of them, but only 20 of them live in the area, right? And they the other 30 or so go out trafficking people and grabbing hitchhikers or getting sex workers or anyone that won't be missed, and they bring them here and they give them to the Kenyani. And but it's a very remote area, so it's very hard to figure this shit out without dealing with this. So but you got it. Yay, that's someone else's problem now. Yay.
I love it when it's somebody else's problem.
So questions, comments, suggestions, you guys have fun?
I can't believe I didn't get physically addicted to violence. I did it.
I mean, that thing in the town could have gone a lot worse if you had made different choices. Your weird little diner plot actually did pay off by oh shit, it's a local. Fuck, we got to bug out.
My diner filler episode finally paid off.
Yeah.
I have to say,
very Dirk Gently in that bit. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Oh, I'm just kind of impressed by the statistics of. You do realize, Russ, this is like the 4th time you've max damage headshotted one of my federal agent characters.
Hey, Dicebot is bloodthirsty, man.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, I think
they die every other time.
I was rolling percentals on my own because I have my own dice, and they were rolling very high. I crit failed several times, but I didn't have a D12 handy. He's like, well, better get Dicebot. And I was like, oh, fuck.
We failed a lot of checks.
I think it was last time I played, I was with you, Squirrel, and I was murdered by Aaron.
Oh yeah. Oh, Aaron tried to get both of us, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. We were on the same side, and Aaron tried to kill both of us.
RPPR Aaron or
yes, Aaron Karsten.
Oh God, I don't. Which one?
It ended in bloodshed, where we both agreed to one point. Aaron didn't, and Aaron put a bullet in me.
I think it was the one. I think it was the one with the border patrol with the truck. We were like, all right, we just got to destroy this. And he's like, no, we got to save the poor people. And we were like, no, let's just burn this down.
Oh yeah.
And then Aaron joined the monsters.
Yeah.
In terms of review, I think we spent far too long in town. Putting off going into the woods. It sounded like we would definitely die.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, if you'd gotten into the back offices successfully and managed to get, you would have found out, that's how they kept track of their trafficking operation, how they, paid for hotels for people and, all this other shit and, monitored this to know when deliveries were being made or, when people were going to show up. Because basically Maxwell lives at his mansion until they need him to actually summon the Kenyani to make a deal. He's so whacked out now. He's very, very old. And if you go into the mansion, that would have been also maximum impact, but super dangerous because he had some unnatural shit up his pocket. There's a lot of useful information there. But it's deceptively hard to get to, right? You actually had the right skills for it. You just had bad rolls, which happens. But you managed to pivot.
We had nearly the right skills.
Yeah. Well, you had the lock.
Lucy had all the right skills.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I had the right skills and rolls after we got out of the city.
Yeah, that was very good. Yeah.
I critically failed everything in the town.
I mean,
very thematic.
As much effort as we put in, we got a lot.
Yeah, no, you did. I mean, it was a successful Delta Green operation. Like the Delta Green leadership's happy with this result. I mean, they're not happy that they lost an agent. They actually, don't. But like, it's a war. Casualties happen, and like,
and in a very deniable way.
Yeah, exactly. It's in the middle of nowhere. They get to kill, and they get to kill a whole bunch of cultists, which is great. They love it. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, but
in my head canon now, the God's Teeth guys go in and get to feel really, really full for a little while.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, I just read this article about checkerboarding. It's like, boy, that would be really fucked if you had to get to one of those checkerboarded things. It's like, oh, it's just a pretty standard cult, but it's just like they're in such a hard place to get to. Like, yeah. They got it pretty locked down because they're very.
I suppose it's functionally very similar to just break into a regular compound. In terms of surveillance around the edge that you have to bypass.
Yeah, it's just like it's just such a wide area, right? Most cultist compounds don't have hundreds of square miles of shit. No. Yeah, and it's still on American soil, so you can't just bomb it. And but yeah, they do have they're smart enough to keep an eye on the town to make sure the feds don't show up. Because they're more worried about like the gold shit catching up to them, right? Like they don't want to get Al Capone and get caught for tax fraud and shit like that.
I think we took out like 25% of their Wyoming-based operation.
Yeah, you killed like 4. Yeah, you did kill like 4 of them, right? Yeah,
4 or 5. Yeah.
Well, you killed the 2. No, you killed 3. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Yeah.
I thought we got some earlier. Oh well.
No. Did you?
We ran them out of time.
No. I was misremembering.
Yeah.
I think we just have it played because the 2 guys earlier fled, right?
In the town, no one fired a shot. Yeah.
They were fearing the town blood.
Yeah, but obviously you went into that place without any ID, so they just know that they don't know who Lucinda is, and they're not going to like report her to the authorities. So they're just going to get rid of the body. They don't know who she was. They'll be paranoid. They'll have more armed people and set up booby traps and shit like that. But Delta Green's going to send them fucking spec ops, kill squad, and just fucking with heavy weapons and shit, and they're just going to fucking murk them all because they're still just civilians, right? They're not going to have a whole lot of a chance against big angry army of team of Delta Green ops operatives with all the guns. But anyways,
I'm gonna have to go read up if checkerboarding's a thing in the UK. I suspect it's not.
Oh, what is?
I don't think checkerboarding would be a thing in the UK. Or not,
no,
right?
It's very much an artifact of like 19th century, frontier policy, right? Like as we were expanding westward and we're just giving land out, and like that divide between public land and private land. It's a very much historical artifact of the colonization of America.
Yeah, we also have public footpaths, which are public rights of way that it doesn't matter if it crosses a private property. They're not allowed to stop you using it. So, yeah.
There's also an ongoing thing in like California and coastal states where people like they have all these public beaches, but people will buy the land around it, and then legally they can't block people from getting to the public beach, but they try and obscure or hide paths so they can have the beach to themselves. Yeah,
that's what they do there.
Yeah. So it's an interesting issue, but like there was a lawsuit or a federal case recently or a big lawsuit about like people who corner crossed by
the hunters.
Yeah, the hunters who basically they thought, well, if we get a ladder and we climb over it so we never touches land, we can do it. And the thing is, then they sued saying, well, you violated my airspace. And ultimately they were like, no, you can't fucking claim the airspace, douchebag.
This sounds insane.
Yeah, no, America's an insane country.
Sometimes farmers put too many locks on the gate, so you have to climb over them. But
yeah, exactly.
It exists in Canada too, so it's not just.
I mean,
but the rich dudes in Wyoming want to control this hunting land because it's big money and so they can hunt elk and other big game and shit like that. And also, so they have all that land to themselves because they're greedy. So, yeah. Anyways,
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for supporting the Patreon. If you want to hear more about this, how you can play games like this, if you're still listening, patreon.com/RPPR. I'm gonna put a link right here, and I should put it up earlier. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much all I have. Thank you all so much.
That's all right.
We'll have another thing next month, a game or two. So yeah, talk to you later.
Cool.
Yes,
Bye.
sir.
See you all later. Goodbye.